Hey, Josh Bateman with Roleplaying Public Radio. We're playing Unknown Armies, the Treasure Hunt, Session 4.
And we're getting close.
We are getting close. When we last left off, the Cabal had...
left a good job in a city?
Yeah, the Ska Band, sorry. Yes, Ska Band. Someone's referencing, getting a little ahead of themselves because you haven't gotten to the primary yet.
We had just pulled off Operation Double Doubloons.
Yes, you have... you don't know who was behind it, but somebody was trying to set up an ambush to steal your treasure map. And you thwarted them through a series of massive... Well, actually, you know who one of them was. Because you framed them for many crimes. And you managed to get away with that.
We didn't frame him for anything that he didn't actually do at a different time at a different place.
I mean,
we don't know as he messed with a dog.
He did not... Yeah, he did not dog nap, I will say that. So that is a new one.
Oh, all right. So we've added
that was all me.
Yeah, cruelty to animals.
One thing to his rap sheet that he may or may not have had, or he may or may not have deserved.
All right.
He was thinking it.
So you have received the incantation from the good Reverend. He's been happy to help you out as his leader of a small, and friendly angel summoning cult. And you have to go to the little town of Piasa to go to the giant depiction of the Piasa Bird and recite the incantation at night when it is dark and you cannot see a thing. I don't know how you want to do that. What kind of... do you just want to show up there at night, or do you want to do some planning? It's Piasa, Illinois, by the way.
Which is just a little bit north of Alton. While we're here, I know that somebody has a bonus if they look at the right sites, right? Yes or no?
No, that's you're thinking Phonomancers, which are based on place, and
okay.
You do not have any.
So we don't absolutely have to go to Fast Eddie's, but we could go to Fast Eddie's if we really wanted to.
Okay, you sure could. Yeah, I mean it's your choice. How do you want to approach this?
Do we need to make any special preparations? Do we think there's no benefit to anybody ambushing us while something is happening, unless they just want to kill us?
There's always a benefit to ambushing somebody while they're summoning something.
Well, the only person who knows where you're going to be and what you're going to be doing is the Reverend, and he is ostensibly on your side. It would be a little abrupt of him to do a heel turn this quickly. If you.
And anybody who's following us needs the divining rod too, so they'd be inclined to wait until after it's over.
Right, but what if they're just, a native weirdness cult around Piasa that's going to take it unkindly that we're up messing in their weirdness? As such, I'm going to get on some websites that look like they last received an update sometime in 2002. Black background, the occult underground version of Urban Explorer websites.
Oh, yeah.
And see if there seems to be any local activity.
And what skill are you going to roll for that?
Content creator.
Yep, no, that's
of
perfect.
Course I know how to research obscure websites.
Yep, you got a ton of GeoCity sites bookmarked, at least the Wayback Machine version version of the caches of those.
Yep. Okay, reds or tens?
All right.
17 under 44.
All right. Piasa, Illinois actually is very devoted to its icon. The high school football team is uses it as their mascot. The town, there are photos that you find of Slurpee machines in the local convenience store that have the Piasa Bird on them. There is a civic organization, Friends of the Piasa, who maintain the park in which the cliff face is located in to keep it nice and tidy. And you get an undercurrent of, yes, this is ours. And the thing is, you don't know if they're consciously aware of it or if they're just subconsciously attracted or in awe of it. At this point, you don't have enough intel, but there's definitely some level of conscious or a subconscious protective nature around it.
I feel like it wouldn't be Unknown Armies if we didn't start assuming that everything had a what a Hot Fuzz vibe to it. Mm-hmm. And every civic organization was formed for the greater good.
Mm-hmm. The greater good.
That being said, it is a small town.
So it's even worse.
It's even worse, but the people there may not be. They would be suspicious if they have, evidence that intruders or interlopers are active.
So
If they're using the word interloper, they have to be bad guys.
So if you can avoid,
we should probably go in the shadows of the night.
yeah, if you can avoid raising any suspicion whatsoever, you would not have to deal with very much, or probably. Of course, then you wouldn't know what the conditions on the site are like. Someone else can give me a skill check. Probably secrecy would be good, or if you had an identity to figure out.
Actually, I think I can do a secrecy.
Sort of an analysis of like the weirdness of the town, the best way to approach it, and also how best to do your job. So secrecy would be the best way would be a default identity, but if you have a
Kowalski analysis.
yeah, essentially.
I got nothing.
Okay. Glenn, do you have any identities that are relevant, or do you want to just roll secrecy?
You're a former preacher from a small town. Of course, you can suss out secret weirdness in social groups.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Go ahead and roll that then.
Like, it's important to be able to tell which men's social clubs are just men's social clubs and which ones are the KKK.
By the way, out of character, I did get a book called
I do believe that's 99% of it.
Secret Societies in Victorian Times and Manhood or something like that. It's about the fad of secret societies during the Victorian times and how there was it's this whole thing. Like
that is a fail on my part too. This place is too quiet.
Well, you don't get it. I mean, basically, this was just to get additional clues or
but it sounded
tips.
Cool.
So yeah, you know what you know. How do you want to proceed?
So, I think we should just visit the park as
it is a tourist spot.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
During the day.
That's a great idea.
Taste the joint.
You know, I can dress up as the typical tourist and get a couple of snapshots.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
And because I am a style magnet, of course I've got the appropriate level of tourist outfit for the day.
You don't have to roll for that. It's the American casual is pretty ubiquitous.
It's not hard to find a fanny pack.
Yeah, I forgot. I think I'm setting this during the summer, so yeah, it's shorts and a t-shirt and a ball cap if you want to be fancy, and a fanny pack. That doesn't hurt.
Yeah, the fanny pack is necessary, as well as the old school camera with a couple of with a pouch that has extra rolls of film.
That would actually make you extremely distinguishable because everyone does it on their phone now.
That's
you
true.
Could just bring a DSLR.
Yeah. You don't have to, or you could just use your cell phone. Anyways, the three of you drive to Piasa.
Yeah.
It's, I'm not going to figure out a couple hours from where you were in, the big cross, in Indiana.
It turns out Illinois is fairly wide, but not that wide as a state.
Yeah. So you pull in the park. There's a good number of people there. You can easily find a path that leads you to the cliff, which is near a river, not the main Mississippi, but sort of a tributary. And you look around. You can see, there's actually... it's a really nice park. There are people that are taking photos, posing in front of it, that kind of thing. There's a little plaque that talks about it and the legend of the water panther. Or that's what the PSL was or is. So you don't see anything creepy. Again, secrecy checks or notice checks.
I've got nothing on secrecy.
I'll just do one or the other. So which one do you want?
I'm an outdoorsman. Of course, I can notice something out of place.
Sure.
Public park.
Mm-hmm.
I'll use my freebie.
Okay.
I was 1 point over.
Fair enough. Well, you do notice one thing. There are an awfully lot of lamps around here, like as in street lamp. Yeah, like street lamp kind of things. Mm-hmm. Like the part is lit up at night. So, and your ritual is supposed to be done during the dead of night. So you can't do that even in the 2 in the morning because
It's going to be bright.
There's
It's gonna be
there's
bright.
no place in the park that's a gap in the coverage.
Not near the cliff.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's like someone knew that and planned it.
There are little plaques that say these street lamps are generously donated by the Friends of the PSA. Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah. So.
Or they just want to avoid vandals.
It's also, you notice it's very odd because it does, the park shuts down and people are told to leave at like 7 o'clock. So, it's not even dark by then in summer. So, like.
Strangely not uncommon for a park, though.
Yeah. But they have all these lights again. So, like, what's the point? So, obviously, they know something important about the darkness.
So, guys,
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Breaks up the ambiance.
Yeah. I just had a little bit of a brainwave. I don't know if we talked about this before, but, like, I realized we sort of did what we had to do back in Indiana with, like, bringing the pirate to justice, but maybe it'd be nice to be good citizens of the Occult Commons. Have we really thought about what's going to happen after we let this angel, fourth class or whatever, like, loose?
Well,
Did we cover putting it back in the tin?
well, the good reverend said that if we ask it to do the thing and nothing else, that it is supposed to go back into the tin after.
Actually, he didn't. He just said it would be freed.
Okay. So we should add, go back to whence ye came at the end of the ritual?
Does that count as two different requests? Because I think he was pretty clear about the one request thing.
Yeah, probably would.
I'll just tell you for free, basic occult principle is sort of, alchemical direct exchange. If you want two things, you need to give two things. Freeing it is one thing, and the dowsing rod is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Returning it is a separate thing.
So, if you were a fourth class angel, what would you want?
That's a very good question.
I'm a former minister. Of course I know what angels want.
Sure.
Huh.
All right.
Really funny you went that way instead of naked goddess then.
Yeah.
Hey-o.
Not my night.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, you don't.
Unless I can swing compassion because I'm trying to.
Yeah, that is compassion because you're trying to keep this thing from rampaging. Have you seen the teeth on it?
Well, okay, but you failed the check because, you were a minister and the Sworn Book of Honor is an occult book that was very heretical, is not part of the church canon. So you didn't study that. You didn't how to bind angels to your will.
I didn't take any extracurricular classes.
That was very,
That's
not
a
cool.
After hours?
very theology.
Yeah, that's
No after
it
hours
was very blasphemous. So yeah,
in the basement. No.
yeah, next to the ping pong table. Just reading my own angel summoning. So
Actually,
yeah,
can I make a secrecy roll on that?
that'll give you a clue. It won't be as good as the minister result because
That's 15 out of 40, so yes.
you can contact an ally. You do know Tabitha Watts, the antique store owner. You can either drive over to her and talk to her in person, or just call her if you trust the phone lines.
I don't.
Okay,
But on the other hand, there is a payphone over there. This is a public park. They still have them.
it doesn't work. I'm just going to say it doesn't work.
It's a fair cop.
This is the year 2018, the year of our Lord. You would have to literally use some kind of occult mojo to have. If there was a working phone booth, that means some weird shit is going on in this year.
Wait.
Now I have to have a working phone booth later on because we're fortunate. Anyways, if you can come up with so she's fairly close.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's an unworking phone booth?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I actually want that to be related to one of my powers. I can use non-functioning audio devices as the source of my minor inform. So because it's a device for listening to sound waves that cannot currently produce sound waves, the etheric sound waves can actually impact it.
Okay. That's going to be a significant charge, though. Yeah.
It's just a minor inform. Unless the clue really is go talk to Tabitha.
No, well, that would be minor. If you wanted to replace Tabitha and be convenient, it would give you more. I would say it would give you better guidance than Tabitha because it would be supernatural.
But I don't have a significant.
Okay.
So
yeah. So yeah, you have a minor one. Yeah, EVP basically.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that would actually work really well if you go to the cliffside and do some EVP.
Am I relatively confident that? Well, it has to be full dark, no stars. So, yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll go take some. I'll take the audio equivalent of B-roll.
All right, go roll me Phonomancer.
go Phonomancer stuff. Right as I was 10. Whew. Oh, but wait.
You can flip it for free.
Doesn't really matter.
All right.
Yeah, no, that's swing and a miss.
All right. You just get garbled noise.
Weird.
Yeah.
That's how it works sometimes.
Yeah. That's how it be. So for free, you can go talk to Tabitha. There is a town library with a, local history section. You could dig through that for clues.
That might actually be reasonable.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to the library then.
All right.
Okay.
I've always wanted to find out where did the Alton Giant get his pants?
All right.
Oh, right. Yeah, the World Solace Man.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's also from this same spot. In fact, one might think that there is kind of an arcane concordance between the two, maybe?
Ooh.
Let's find out.
Yeah.
In the words of Brandon Sanderson, read to find out.
All right, so you go to the town library. There is there are a couple of people there. Yes, a couple of senior citizens reading the newspaper for free.
Homeless guy looking at porn.
One very young clerk
Am not.
with dyed hair, clearly. She's working. She's obviously a librarian. Seems a little out of place, but you know how small towns be. It's hard to escape sometimes. So, you can just roll knowledge if you want general things. If you want a specific question answered, that would probably be a different identity.
I think I'm going to lean on status.
Okay.
I think.
All right. How you?
Or actually,
status
connect.
is a social. Okay, connect. All right. Who are you talking to?
I'm going to talk to this nice young librarian lady.
Okay.
I'm going to see if she can point me in the right direction, because after all, she is a librarian.
She is.
And she probably knows the stuff better than anyone else, especially because she's a librarian with dyed hair, which means that she's probably going to be up on some of the local color a little bit better than that little old lady with the blue hair.
Okay.
And that is a 12 out of 35.
All right. So what is your request to her?
Well, hello, darling. I know this is going to sound strange, but I've never been through this region before, and I noticed that you've got a couple of really interesting sites, a couple of strange things. I was wondering if you've got literature on some of the local awesome, like the Alton Giant, the Piasa Bird. We went by the park earlier, and that is an interesting carving. But then we also saw the statue in the town square, and so I want to see how much more information I can get so that I can take all of this home with me to New York. What do you think? Can you show me where to find it, darling?
Okay. Are you trying to hint to her that you know something more, or are you trying to just be sincere and get her to do your work for you?
I'm actually trying to be sincere and get her to do my work for me.
Okay.
And do it in such a way that she thinks that I am just a happy tourist and not involved in the occult in any way.
Okay.
Wink.
All right. In that case, she dutifully shows you to the special collections and points out they have specific sort of clipping books or self-printed books of news stories of the Piasa Bird and all the other local history topics for the last 100 years. So you could just the Wikipedia of the Piasa Bird. And so you can roll knowledge at +10 or secret. Actually, do a secrecy at +10 to try and read between the lines.
Okay. I'm going to flip that with my noble, which is preserving history.
All right, yeah. Fair.
We want to put the painting back when we're done with it.
Yes. We want to preserve that painting and make sure
It doesn't go anywhere.
It's painted and it doesn't eat everybody who happens to be up at Eckert's Orchard.
All right. So the subtext of the Piasa Bird is obviously, colonialism, i.e., indigenous peoples being, displaced, and then, American, white settlers coming in and, oh, we like your legends, but get out of here. We want this land. Yeah.
We're out of wood, get out.
Yeah,
Yes.
So you get a sense that the Piasa Bird itself, even though it is an angel of storms and destruction, famine, ravaging, that's kind of an Old Testament thing. That's kind of like retribution. And these people in this town have been imprisoning it. They're due for some divine retribution for their crimes against the indigenous people. That is one interpretation of it. Now, you don't know what the source of that is, but that's obviously what's going to happen to this town is if you let it go. So, if you want to...
Literal roaring rampage.
If you want to imprison it, again, ask it to go back in there, you're either going to have to trick it or do some of the dirty work yourself. That gives you an idea. So that gives you some more information. So that takes you a while to do. What are you two doing while that's going on?
I want to go to the local authors section and find the book with the smallest back cover margins and the smallest type.
Clever. Yes, there is actually a couple of local teachers,
academics.
State college professors, local boys done good, essentially. There's one who has a monograph on the legend of the Piasa. And let's see here. Dr. Give me a last name.
Collins.
Dr. Collins. All right. Dr. Collins. It's just very plain, the legend of the Piasa. So you start reading through it, and he clearly has...
the crazy?
Yeah, a little bit. He is clearly got... he is connecting it to... Mesoamerican legends, really unsubstantiated stuff. He says it's possible that Chinese explorers influenced Mesoamericans, which influenced this. So Chinese explorers that reached, the western coast of, and then met the Aztecs, and then the Aztecs went north, and then blah, blah, blah. Piasa Bird. So not full on like Atlantis, but pretty like wild stuff, at least by academic standards. So, and it's written relatively recently. Probably you can find him in town if you want to go talk to him.
Seems like a deal, but I'm not going to go on my own. So let's see what Glenn's been up to.
Yeah.
I kind of want to follow up on a bit of research that you did, Cass, and see what specific scheme would we have to pull off to convince...
Okay.
To put Genie back in the bottle.
Okay. With the information you get from Cici, you can figure out what would be a good offering, essentially, to placate it for a while, essentially.
Now I have a spell that could literally put the spirit back in the bottle, but that may be above my pay grade.
You could just trick it, essentially. That would be tricking it. We'll free you. Oh, wait. Boop. But obviously you really want to make that Dpsomancer roll. Yeah. How many charges does it take?
Yes.
Ghost Vintage, 4 SIGs.
4 significant charges?
Yep.
Well, you do have a cup. Doesn't that give you a significant charge every day?
Yeah, I have 3. I'd have to do one more.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
At midnight, I drink to our health, and then boom.
Yeah, so that is an option you could do. But then you have that bottle, and now you really don't want it to ever be opened again.
Yeah.
Because you're on top of the shit list in that case. And also, you don't want to fail your Dipsomancy check or critically fail that.
We could always
we get the divining rod. We find the treasure. We take the treasure and then leave the bottle. I hope nobody ever finds it again.
Or instead of putting it in a bottle, we could just cut it a deal. say, if you'll go back in the wall, we'll act as your agents of retribution.
Oh, just kind of a bargaining tactic?
Yeah.
You could do that. But you're still going to have to figure out a target, like something
One little problem with that,
give us the target.
Nate.
Yeah, it'd be horrible out of character.
Mm-hmm.
But
And I just have to throw out there, I've already got my soul mortgaged to one vengeful spirit. I don't think that I want to double down on that.
that's fair. What do we have to do in a little less than a year and a day?
Cici has to tell
Return
the
I need
daughter
to give the
or
granddaughter
Sorry.
the account numbers.
Yes.
Yeah, and she is not home.
She's not making it easy to find her. But on the other hand, since we are in the area, we are right close to the college, I could drop in and see if I could see her while we're around.
I mean, we should probably do some more footwork for a day or two instead of just, blazing right into that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because giant Piasa Bird.
you can give me a knowledge check to figure out targets.
Also says it has to be an immaterial spirit. I don't know if an angel qualifies for that.
Yeah.
And that's not the sort of thing you want to find out.
No. Knowledge. That is a fail.
Okay. You don't know what kind. Aside from destroying the entire town, you don't know. I have no idea. I mean, angels were creative and destructive. So yeah.
Okay.
If you have some supernatural means of divination, you might get clues on that.
I don't exactly, but I think I might be able to use I might be able to use Vestomancer to find out a little bit with walk a mile in our shoes. When was the last time that the Piasa got out?
You have no
According
idea.
to the local manifesto.
Yeah.
It never has. I mean, this is all implied. You know that there's a powerful spirit in there, but it's obviously something that's been erased from the records, even between the lines. You would have to, maybe that crank might know, but this is the kind of thing that's never written down on paper.
Sure.
So you have no idea.
Who wants to go visit a compatriot in arms?
Oh, this is going to be so much fun.
It's true.
Sure, I'm in.
It's pretty late today. Should we maybe head back to College Town and pursue your thing in the morning and come back and bother the professor later?
I think we can do that.
Sure.
One last thing to read up on before we leave the library, though.
Mm-hmm.
I want to find out about that Alton Giant. I still don't know where he got his pants.
I did not prepare for that, so it's whatever.
The boring answer is Taylor.
Let's see. Sorry, there's only so much. Let's see. Okay, the ghost.
I thought it might be a
Christine Donnelly. That's who you're looking for. Christine Donnelly is the granddaughter, and you have to give her the account numbers.
Yeah.
So you head back to you find the Sleep Easy Inn in near College Town.
Weird.
It's a popular chain. I don't know what you're talking about. And you have
Hi, Ross is of yet unpublished book.
It's you get your bonus points there. You want to rack up them bonus points. You get a free stay every 10,000 points. Check in.
Stay a while. Stay forever.
And you know what is also really good about these Sleep Easy Inns? They give you that complimentary bathrobe. Do you know how many things that thing is seeing? I know.
It's actually not complimentary. They just tack it onto your hotel bill, but they're not that expensive. But anyways, the next morning,
If they forget to take your credit card, it's complimentary.
you get to the college campus easily enough. They can't. But how are you going to find her? You don't know what she looks like. You have her name, but no one official is going to give you any of her information because of privacy laws.
Oh, we Facebook stalked her.
Well, we did, and that's how we know that she's here at this college.
Okay, yeah, so you do have. You do have a photo of her.
But, colleges do have thousands of students usually.
They do.
So there's that.
You also don't know if she's changed her hair or, blah, blah, blah. So,
But we do have some of her basic information because we were able to figure out what her name was. And because you did the dark web stalking, I think, did we find her social security as well?
no.
Or no? Okay.
I don't feel like it went that
Nope.
far.
I didn't. You can all roll notice
go
checks.
that far?
What do you want her social for?
To make sure that I'm asking for the right one when I present that badge and do so in uniform for a state cop and say that we're looking for her She isn't in any trouble. We just have a few inquiries. And then they will tell us exactly where to find her at the registrar's office.
All right, I'm a content creator. I know how to plug someone's name into Have I Been Pwned?
Okay. Yeah, go and give me a roll. Is that bad? Is that
99.
critical failure? All right. You do get a number.
Sorry, David.
No, you get the social.
I'm in.
Yeah, you are in. So you get the social security number. So what are you gonna do?
Well, I think we're going to try that plan, see how it works. I'll
Alright.
let them know that we are looking for Christine Donnelly. Present the badge and see what happens.
All right, you're gonna have to. What spell was that for Vestomancer?
Close make the man.
Close
Yeah,
my
close my
command.
door. All right.
It's a minor charge.
All right.
Odd 6.
All right.
So I am Stady Police Officer.
Mm-hmm. And what is okay? So,
We only really like the one felony.
yeah, because yeah, exactly. If you do just the one felony, it all stacks when you get convicted. Yeah. So the secretary tells you, "Oh, I can't tell you this. My supervisor." So you're taken to the office of a middle-aged woman. Mm-hmm. She introduces herself. What is this in connection to?
The young lady is not in any kind of trouble. We just have some inquiries for an ongoing investigation. I'm afraid I can't be too forthcoming with details, but her name came up in conjunction with our investigation. I just need to ask her a few questions. Can you tell me where I can find her?
Well, we do respect the privacy of our students. What information do you have on her? Or
Okay, Miss. Look at the nameplate.
Smith. Yeah.
Mrs. Smith. I'm afraid my hands are tied in what information I can actually give you, but I will say this much: you can hopefully cooperate with me. And I can ask her these questions extremely quietly without disrupting anyone's day in any way at all. Or I can tell my boss that I wasn't able to. Mm-hmm. And he is going to contact the judge. And then he is going to have the judge issue a warrant. And then there's going to be a lot more than just me. It's going to be a lot noisier. It's going to be a lot more disruptive.
That is coercing helplessness.
And neither of us really want that.
Coercing what?
Helplessness.
Yeah.
Helplessness before the legal machine. Like, hello, Officer Kafka of the state police.
Yeah. Let me see here. What coerces helplessness?
Connect.
Okay. Take the shock gauge with violence. All right, go ahead.
Oh, shit.
Connect. Yeah.
Am I there with you?
Yes.
Okay. Because it's part of a new state police program where we're taping all interviews.
Yes. Especially because of this whole dash cam thing that's taken place recently. We want to make sure that everything is above board, and so there's always a court-appointed recorder.
Okay.
Ought 4.
Okay. What do you resist it with?
Defend with status.
Status, okay. Yeah, she's pretty high status. She beats it. She is not intimidated by it. Well, we can't just roll over for the police, otherwise we'd have protests here every week. Students take the issues of the police state very seriously. If you give me your card, so I can contact your supervisor. I will give you this though. If you give me here's my email. If you give me a message I can pass it on to her. Now, which student is she? We have 3 Christine Donnellys.
Well, specifically, she is the Christine Donnelly, who is the grandson of... Or granddaughter of... Name.
I don't know who. We don't have that. We don't have the lineage of a family on there. We don't list grandparents on there. Do you have a social security number or something?
We have one.
All right. Interesting. This none of our Christians have that number. You must be mistaken.
We must be.
Yeah. Okay. So, you leave.
Thank you for your time.
While you're doing this, Glenn, you can give me a notice check.
Okay.
Because I assume you're loitering around the campus.
That is precisely what I'm doing.
Excuse me. Wow, that happened.
Excellent.
Impersonation?
Lawnscaping. Yeah, that. That's a critical something. Notice. That's a crit fail.
Okay, well.
Oh, boy.
It's a notice check. I don't know how to give a crit fail for that. So you don't see anything. I mean, I guess it's, it looked like you were checking out someone's ass and they get offended, but no, I'm not going to be that obnoxious. So yeah, you don't see anything. So yeah, you guys waste the morning with that. But you realize, your haxering skills are not as elite as you thought they were. And you're no closer to where you were. So, you can contact your family and ask directly, or because you can call them. They have online phone books, so you could just call them and leave a message. But there seems to be, outside wandering the campus for days and staking it out, it would be...
I have a thought of a different angle to play if we're contacting the family.
Okay.
How well can you impersonate a lawyer via telephone?
Probably pretty well, but I mean, let's keep in mind, we've still got like 51 weeks.
Yes, I have 51 weeks.
It's pressing, I understand, but like...
And I would rather like to get this monkey off my back before we tackle an angel.
Do you have any supernatural divination means? You can try the...
I've got moment of truth, but it's just vague hunches.
Yeah, you could roll. Both of you roll that, or you could roll that.
Mine
Done.
is if I've got an item of clothing, I can see what they saw
Right.
while they were wearing that clothing, but
You don't have that yet.
I don't have that clothing.
Yep. No worries.
There we go. That is a 1.
All right. With that, you just burp and you look over to the rack of student newspapers, and then you see Christine's face on the front cover, as it looks like she is climbing up the side of a mountain, and it says,
why is she climbing a mountain?
Yeah, why is she climbing a mountain?
Kirk is climbing.
And it's basically a team of geology majors heading, enjoying in Alaska. It's a cover story about how a team of these college students, including Christine Donnelly, are spending a semester in Alaska, up north.
Cass, this the person we're looking for?
Morty.
I think so.
What's your helplessness at? How many hard notches of helplessness do you have?
Enough?
That's not a number.
I'm at 2.
Yeah, this is going to be a 3. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Okay, so defend with status.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can do that.
Yep.
24 out of 60. I'm fine.
All right, add a notch. So, yeah, there's a brief of, oh, God. But you're like, nope, just bottle that.
A semester's only a third of the year.
Exactly.
There's actually, we don't even have to worry about a semester. Now that we know exactly where she is, we can make a phone call.
Maybe.
Maybe. She is in northern Alaska, where they may not have phone service.
But it's okay.
No.
Once we have treasure.
You could fly to Alaska. This is true.
I really hope that's like the denouement. It's going to be the exact opposite of the ending of No Soul Left Behind. Because instead of a young girl catching up with you on a snowy mountain to deal death, it's going to be you catching up with a girl on a snowy mountain to give her a bunch of money.
To be honest, that is kind of what I'm leaning towards. If you make it that far.
Ross, you horrible monster.
You offered all these things to that ghost. And he was like, well, yeah, sure. I'll take it. So, yeah. How do you do that? So, yeah, now at least you have some, where she is. So you've made some progress on that front. So,
and progress is actually the antithesis of helplessness.
Yeah, but...
And Congress.
Hello. There is that brief thought of, what if she falls off the mountain? What if she dies before I can tell her? Oh, God.
Well, if she dies before I can tell her, then I will tell her corpse through my friend, and at least we won't have to run her down any further than she's already been run down.
Yeah, but there's life after death. I mean, there are ghosts, so you'd have to summon her ghost to tell her. But, that's a whole other thing. But she's still alive.
So many
That's
ghosts
a shark
easy.
we can punch when we get to it.
Exactly. So, back to Piasa. What do you guys want to... how do you feel like
Let's go visit Dr. Collins.
All right. So you go back right outside of Piasa. There's a rundown house with overgrown lawn. As you step in, there are cats.
Well, so before that, okay, guys, what's our angle here?
Hello, we're members of the Tea Cozy of the Month Club, and we figure that you need another thing to throw into your house full of hoarding.
Or fans.
Tell us about your thing.
Oh, God, we're not back at Granny's house again, are we?
I just said there were cats. I didn't say... You haven't even been inside the house. You don't even know what it's like in there.
I don't know. I just like to know what I'm going to say before I go into these situations. Have you ever really thought about, like, how your words impact the world? I do all the time.
I mean, you do.
Not for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not currently wearing a fur coat. I'm just afraid by the time I exit, I will be, because all of those cats...
Yeah, I guess you're out in your car parked on the street looking at it. And you just see the overgrown lawn cats. House is a little rundown. So you do know the information you need from him is basically ideas on what to offer the angel.
Yeah.
In exchange for it not destroying the town.
You're a researcher. You do podcasts and all that. You could be doing a research paper or something.
That's true.
Yeah.
I've got my background. Yeah. I could just be researching interesting bits of folklore. And you can be anything you damn well please.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to be your note taker.
For the podcaster. Okay. Producer. We call them producers.
Right, producer.
Yeah. I do need to see the new Halloween movie because there's podcasters in it. Briefly, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Don't spoil anything. I kind of figured what happens because it's kind of implied in the trailer. But anyways,
podcaster characters or they cast podcaster? Okay.
No, characters.
Yeah, podcaster characters who have this brilliant idea of going up to Mike Myers and trying to interview him and showing him that they actually have possession of his mask, and then nothing bad happens to them after that. They totally don't get exactly what you would think would happen to them.
Has he ever spoken a word? Anyway.
So you're saying it's like, welcome back to Serial, I'm Sarah Kane.
That's kind of what the trailer implied.
Kinda.
You knock on the door. Mm-hmm. There's an old man, and his house looks very sparse inside. But he is like, yeah.
Dr. Collins?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Nate Davenport. I run...
Slams the door in your face. I am damn debt collectors.
No, I want to talk about your book.
He opens the door. Oh, my book.
Yeah.
Oh.
I I'm the creator of the Noises After Dark podcast.
My minimalism. Oh, you wanted the other one. Everyone always wants the other one. Well, you came. All right, come in.
Have you done another book?
Minimalism?
Yeah, on minimalism. See, he has a stack of them by his door. Here,
actually, I think my producer might be really into that.
Yeah.
Actually, yes. Let me take a look at this.
Right,
oh, wow. This is amazing use of space. Quite efficient.
Yeah, there's very little in his house. It is actually very clean. It's just put all your junk outside, and then it's better.
Okay.
Yeah, don't look at my backyard. Or do, because that when you let the world see it, you get less neurotic about it.
I feel like
that's a reinforcement of the minimalistic aesthetic.
His bathrobe sways as he walks a little disconcertingly. So
I feel like all you're doing there is reversing Jordan Peterson talking points. This is the opposite of clean your room.
Okay. I wasn't even thinking about that angle, but yeah. Dr. Collins sits down, almost does the Basic Instinct, but doesn't. He's happy to talk about his books, so someone will connect or to sort of get him to open up and kind of guide him to the right topic.
Do you want me to, or do you want to?
My Connect's 50.
Or you could use an identity if it works better. But
my Connect is better than...
My ministry is not that high.
All right.
That's 19.
Okay. So you get him on the Piasa Bird, and you sort of hint about this, like how it must be. It sounds more like a trap, monster or something than an actual, thing. And he's, there's this. The old town elders did have they would talk, and I didn't even put it in my book because I would have been run out of town because they're really sensitive about that. But there's this superstition held among these people. They only talk about it among themselves when they're really drunk. It's very serious that they feel that they have to keep watch on the PSL. The light could never go into darkness because if it escapes, it'll that was cursed by the tribes that were here, and that when they left, that it would if it ever fell in the darkness, it would wake up and destroy the town. That's the superstition. They're terrified of it. It's really like a cult, but there's this old lady, or this lady in the 19th century who was a spiritualist and a medium, and she actually held seances at the cliffside. And in one, she supposedly channeled an angel, and she claimed it was the PSR, which was ridiculous because it's not. I don't know. But the PSR said it would pay. The town would pay a price in brick, blood, or bile. And it would sooner or later, and eventually maybe then she gets kind of confused. So I don't know if it's all three, if it's one, but so I kind of figured that a brick means that
destruction.
Yeah, well, the building in particular. Yeah. There's the town hall, which is old building, over 100 years old, very historic, very well loved in the town. Then blood, of course. Lots of just
people.
Bile's more interesting. I think that's either an illness or contamination or a food poisoning event. There's this whole thing in this town of drinking raw milk. And they've never had really it's always been town fairs have a raw milk drinking contest, and surprisingly enough they never had mass puking or sickness or E. coli or anything after it. It's kind of unusual. They don't really talk about it in the media either because it's, I don't know why. They don't want people to. They're very superstitious here. They don't like talking about it. Well,
it's a small town. Those sorts of things they come up.
Yeah, you can see the raw
interest
milk
pieces.
Yeah, the raw milk thing. Well, they'll get really angry if you're outsiders taking photos or whatever of it because they don't want people talking about it. But yeah, you can see the raw milk. If you don't have any cameras or anything, you can watch it. Just
well, I could try to watch.
Town fair's only a couple days.
It's going to be way past my eyes.
Yeah. So yeah. That's if you want to ask him more thing. Then he goes into about how, the Piasa is really a representation of the Jiangxi, Chinese vampire, that was then translated by the Aztecs and then translated by other. He has this whole theory dating back to, blah, 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 blah. So
we're going to take notes on all of the blah, 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 blah.
Okay. But it goes on for now. Are you trying to get ask any other specific questions? But brick, blood, or bile?
Well, and we're not sure it's ore.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. You would have to communicate directly with it.
Right.
You think you could? Well, you do know you can communicate directly with it if you're near the cliff, because that lady held a seance. Mm-hmm. So you could try.
That would sort of twig everybody to us.
Yeah, unless you're subtle. I mean, you could try the EVP again.
It's true.
And I wasn't sharp enough on the draw to see if there were people watching, if there's more surveillance.
Also, you're not going to get like an extended conversation with it, though,
Sure.
with the EVP. You're just going to get like a word or a message.
Okay, so the overall
we
thing...
also kind of need to take a look at those lights and figure out how do we shut them all down.
Yeah. I definitely... that seems like a more tangible problem than how do we put the bird angel back in the cliff. So it definitely needs addressed.
You could just let it go.
We
We
could,
could do that.
or we could not. So,
How horrible people are we feeling today?
well, that's a question I'd sort of like to explore. Because, like, what I'm getting, unless I zoned out and totally didn't hear what you just said, was that, like, it's basically pent up as a, spirit of vengeance from the native people. Mm-hmm. So, what if instead there was an organization of, governmentalness that a lot of people were, not too in favor of right now anyway, and that specifically involved, removing people from land that, more peaceful immigrants, in fact, a great many of which come from,
All right.
from stock that is certainly more native to this continent than...
So you want to blow up an ICE office or set it on fire?
Basically.
Okay. ICE doesn't operate that much in the interior, but for the purposes of this, we'll say, yeah, they have an office nearby.
Just a thought.
Yeah.
I mean, we could offer it that to go back into the rock.
We definitely could.
I'm not saying it's a good idea. It's just an idea.
But it's better than mass murder.
Well, it kind of is mass murder, but...
It's definitely better than
Depends
mass
on what time of day we do it.
Okay, that's true. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be your choice. Like, if you let it out. Well, I guess if you're doing it yourself, yeah, it would be your choice. But yeah.
Oh, there's also that other. I know it's a couple of states away, but this thing has wings and it can probably fly pretty far and pretty fast. Mm-hmm. But there happens to be that pipeline that went through native lands, and I'm pretty sure the bird is not going to be happy about that.
Yeah, but, I mean, that would be asking... It's not going to do anything for you. You have to do something for it. So
Right.
Yeah, identifying acceptable targets is definitely a thing.
It probably doesn't have a problem doing that. So you would have to, like... these kind of exchanges are like, you have to get blood on your hands, either literally or symbolically.
Or we could try to figure out some metaphysically equivalent way to say that we have, caused the town to suffer in blood, brick, and bile.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. Or you could just trick it.
Well, that's what I was thinking of.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you meant like the bottle trick.
Yeah, that'd be straightforward as long as it hits.
As long as it works.
So we'll call that Plan C.
Yes.
All right.
We can call Acts of Wanton Destruction Plan B.
Mm-hmm.
Let's still try to come up with a Plan A.
Okay.
So we've got 2 plans. We just need to come up with a good one. We could still go back and talk to Tabitha. I'm with you. Let's switch over to the lights.
Okay.
So I'm going to put on my appropriate coverall and pick up the clipboard.
Okay.
And I'm going to go and take a look at those lights themselves and see exactly how
All right, give me a close my command. Or, Vestomancer, essentially.
And I will
And spend the charge, of course.
and I will come with you.
That's
as...
a critical success. That's
Nice.
a 22.
You know exactly how to do it. There's actually a transformer nearby. You just have to... it is locked, so you either have to key or just bolt cutters. Then you know exactly what switch to flip. And with that, you don't have to make another roll. You know exactly how to do it. And you will remember how to do it. You just have to actually
And
do
it's just a switch, so when we're done, we can turn it back on. And
And they won't panic.
Can he tell if there's a service alarm hooked to it?
There is not.
Well, they're just not very good at their job.
They are old people. Actually, with the critical success, you do see that there is a house that is near the park that has a view of the transformer station. And it has a porch, a sitting porch. So, you would have to probably, if you were going to be there, either be very stealthy so that no one sees you go in, or someone would have to track the person there. Or do it in the dead of night when they're asleep.
Which is when we're planning to do it anyway,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah, but, creepy old people who are protecting this town, they might have an all-night vigil for this, because that's how weird. How they be sometimes. You can't discount an all-night watch.
Studies have shown that is indeed how it be.
Yeah. That is how it be. So, critical success, very good. You know exactly how to deal with that problem.
All right. So...
I'll have to talk to Tabitha.
Yeah, let's.
So you go back to Cairo.
Oh, wait, before we leave, do the recording thingy while I'm looking at the lights.
EVP.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, pull in there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Give me.
Roll it. Free flip into op 5.
Okay. What kind of question are you asking it? Or what are you saying to it? Because you have to say something to trigger the EVP. Usually. Or you could... Actually, I guess you don't have to. But...
Yeah, I mean, if it's screaming into the void,
Okay.
I'll pick up those screams.
Okay. You do pick up the an unearthly voice saying brick, blood, and bile.
Just over and over.
Not just that, then it speaks in some foreign language. You do recognize phrases that are the names of, or invocations of angels or of something. It's some sort of not English language. So
It's Enochian!
probably. So you could research that, but you didn't. You only got a few phrases.
That's cool.
But yeah, definitely brick, blood, and bile are things. So the three of you drive back to Tabitha. A couple hours. Any particular choice of road trip music?
Definitely Wilson Phillips.
Okay.
Because I want to hear Release Me.
Hey. Maybe E2 on the nose? No. So, you get back there. K-Row.
It's not Pat Boone.
Tabitha's there. She's, oh, hey, my 3 favorite Ska Band members. How are y'all?
I see what you did there.
Yep.
Kind of like it. Well, so we've had some fun recently.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We were pirates.
Well, don't tell me anything you don't want me to testify in court against.
What? Oh, no,
I won't.
I mean, it's Halloween, right?
Yeah.
I was telling you about last
Costume
year.
party, yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
heard
mean, it was amazing because we dressed up as pirates, we dressed up as police officers, we dressed up as bikers. In fact, we were this close to having the full Village People reunion.
Wow.
Well, you were just a construction worker today.
I was.
That was and later we are going to be sailors.
Wow. It's quite the
The only one
adventure
that
you're
we're
on.
missing is the chief.
Yeah, that seems a little gauche these days.
It does. Just a little
Yeah.
bit.
So, I suppose this isn't exactly just a social call.
Oh, now Tabitha, you wound me. What makes you think that I don't want to come and see my favorite secondhand
partner.
shop?
Because I can see it in your eyes. You got that fever, that gold fever. You're on the trail and you're getting closer.
That, and you do have that most amazing pomegranate acai tea blend.
You'd sure help yourself. I'll go make some. She closes
you're
up.
Famous for it. I mean, how could I not come all the way back here?
I'm only famous for it because nobody else here thinks to make it. Like we're small-minded people here. They don't. If it's not English breakfast, it ain't nothing. So the three of you are in her back office, and it's like, all right. So what do you need?
So, the Piasa Bird.
Ooh, yeah. Creepy, ain't it?
Yeah, but, I mean, we do sort of need a angel of negotiable morals to charge up this.
Is that what it is? Okay.
We need to hoodwink a heavenly being.
Okay.
We need to addle an angel.
Wow.
Specifically, I mean, just for letting it out, we can get it to charge up this divining rod you ever so wonderfully lent to us.
Yeah. But no, it's going to provide the divining rod too. No. Sorry.
We've got the divining rod from the Reverend.
Yeah, the Reverend gave it to you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But we've got the 3 different maps from our actions with Tabitha, and one of those maps is the real one, and the divining rod is supposed to tell us which.
Yeah. And it'll also help you on the actual river.
Yeah.
Because weird. Anyways, all right.
So about that, though, that only covers letting it back out. And it is sort of an angel of storm's destruction and vengeance.
Oh, yeah, that makes
sense. And we sort of want to try to be at least decently good citizens.
Uh-huh.
So we need to figure out something to offer it to get back in the box.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Also, we have a clue.
Oh, yeah?
Apparently... some local cranks up there say that when a spiritualist performs some seances at the cliff in the Second Great Awakening times, they said something about cursing the town in brick, blood, and bile.
Okay. Yeah. Well, bile, that's weird.
And one particular crank thinks that the bile means that it's going to have something to do with their fondness for raw milk. I think it might curdle all the milk at once or something.
Well, I mean, that's what it'll do if it's released. But in other words, you have to do what it was going to do anyway.
Right. I'm hoping for one of those, tricksy metaphysical versions where we've done something that's basically nothing, but,
Well, blood, that does not have to be murder. It just has to be one drop. So if you can have someone cut themselves or you cut their hand or something like that, a single drop of blood, because that creates a symbolic link, sympathetic magic. You've seen how that works.
Yep.
So that actually,
horrible person thought, but we could find some way to knock out the power to the local blood bank. And that would pay the blood price, because all of the stored blood that they have for saving lives is now useless.
Or one of us could use a penknife.
Well, probably the thing is, whatever blood. No, you're gonna have to offer. If you wanted to go back in there, you're gonna have to offer it, which means taking it to the cliff, because the blood doesn't no good if it stays in the blood bank. So if you steal some of the town's blood and offer it there, that's something it can work with. That's something that will please it. So, that would work.
How often do they do the milk drinking festival thing?
You're the Dr.
Well, they said it was going to be day after tomorrow.
Yeah. Town festival.
Yeah.
I might be able to get some bile. I can't curdle the milk, but I can do the next best thing.
Well, but we don't necessarily have to.
Well, if you can just spike that. You can just, the fact that nobody, well, all right, I assume you tell her where Dr. Khan told you. Well, obviously that town is parasite drawing some sort of benefit from having that being trapped in there, because no one's ever getting sick from drinking raw milk. So if you curdle the milk, if you spike it so that it makes people sick, contaminate it somehow. Any three of you could do that. You just put some charges in it with some malevolent intent in there. You could do that. Each of you could do your own spin on it. Or you would be the easiest because booze.
Yeah, I was going to say I could just thimblebelly somebody if I get ripped enough, and then thimblebelly someone, make them throw up, especially early on, maybe disrupt the whole affair.
Well, you kind of want to
Yes, the old Ipecac contest.
You don't want to do one person. You want to spike the supply so everyone drinks from it.
So the whole town gets...
everyone who's participating in the ritual. You want to ruin the ritual because that's obviously part of the ritual to keep it contained and draw power from it. Brick is going to be.
I mean, what
doesn't have to
extract a brick from the town hall and strap a cherry bomb to it.
That's not going to be enough. You're going to have to destroy a building physically or symbolically. Now, symbolically, if you could somehow, I don't know, prove that a building is no longer...
Destroy the integrity of the building, dig up some dirt on a famous historical figure from there.
Or just, prove to the bird that the building was extensively renovated following a fire.
Or, well, again, it has to hurt the town. One thing I heard about recently was how some small town issued a whole lot of bonds and they got way into debt and they had to sell their buildings off. I don't know how good you all at financial investigation, but if you could figure out a way to foreclose on a building in the town.
Well, I am a businessman. Of course I'm good at that.
Yeah. If you can get access to their papers, you might be able to do that. Or convince someone who has financial ownership of one of these important buildings to do that. So it's symbolic or physical. That would be a way of doing it. But you have to destroy a building and offer to it. So offer the blood to the Piasa, contaminate the ritual, and destroy a building, literally or symbolically. And it doesn't have to be a big building; it just has to be historic.
All right.
Actually, let me pull the business roll and see what I can find off of that.
Yeah, you can give me a roll.
Is a crypt a building? Could we desecrate the town founder's crypt?
I mean, let's see what we get.
They don't have above ground crypts here. It's just a graveyard, so no.
Well, that's no fun.
I mean, we're in the Midwest. We're not in New Orleans, so we don't have crypts.
Well, I got a 38 out of 38, so...
Okay.
Is dead on a win or is dead on a loss?
That's a success. Yeah. So
made it by one.
With a success, you do find some, articles talking about they did have a bond to float
clearly they were renovating the courthouse.
Yeah, renovating the courthouse. So it sounds pretty humdrum. Not like, but it is actually connected to a scammy a company, a hedge fund, or a company that to be kind of scammy and take advantage of small town managers.
If the building undergoes enough renovations that every part of it has been replaced,
so
is it still the same building, and does that constitute destruction?
So you do know, give me a name of a Wall Street kind of guy.
John Finkel.
John Finkel? Finkel? All right. You also have a podcast? All right. So John Finkel.
No, John Finkel is a member of the Magic the Gathering Hall of Fame. He's also a hedge fund manager.
All right. So John Finkel runs this company. So with your knowledge of finance and business,
actually a really nice
that John Finkel could probably, if you're sufficiently persuaded, could foreclose on the building and take it. However, it would not be profitable for him to do it right now. It would be better for him to get years of interest payments before he does that. So you'd have to convince him to give up like $1 million worth of profit.
Alternatively, could we just find some way to get Moody's to downgrade the bonds?
Yeah. Let's see. If you put a scandal in the town, that would actually probably accelerate things and have the same effect.
So, for instance, if
like an embezzlement,
or if we found out that all of the elected officials in the town were circumventing state law by drinking raw milk.
You could publicize news about the ritual, especially
especially after they all get sick.
Yeah,
I mean, it's it is the duty of the Fourth Estate in that case.
Yeah.
You're going to get a charge off of this, aren't you?
Yeah, you get a significant charge after it. Yeah.
And the funny thing is, they don't like pictures, but you know what they won't mind?
Yeah. They won't know about the audio thing.
Yep. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. So, yeah, you can definitely do that. You contaminate the ritual, then publicize it as a news story. That causes a chain reaction. And then you just have to persuade the Piasa that this is that. And then, of course, you have to steal from the blood bank. Mm-hmm. And offer the blood to the Piasa.
And I'm going to need a little bit of help with that because
Yeah.
I've got a set of surgical scrubs, but I need to get the right color of surgical scrubs. But fortunately, we're right here at Tabitha's now, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can put together a brand new outfit to add to my kit bag. You know, I might actually put together 2 or 3.
Okay.
Tabitha, how many new clothes did you get while we were out and about?
How many charges were you trying to build up before you went on your shenanigans?
Well, I need to build up charges, is what I'm doing.
I know. Like, if you just want to take some time off to build up charges, you all can do that. Just tell me how many you want to build up, and I'll tell you how long it takes.
I could use like 2 or 3 minors.
Okay.
And I've got 1 significant right now. I could use more, but I've already got the scam going for that, so I just need to check in at my shop while we're here in town.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a business magnet roll for that.
27 out of 38.
All right. You've been gone for a day, 2 days, a couple days.
Actually, almost a week, because we were...
Yeah.
It took us a while to go to Indiana and do all of the shenanigans up there. I think it was, 4 days worth at least?
Sure.
Yeah.
Generating garments. So yeah, with that you can get 2 significant charges, 2 legacy garments that you find among your things.
Very nice.
And you can gain, I'd say 4 minor charges. So that'll take you a day.
We can do that, and that'll give us enough that I've got something to throw in on curdling the milk.
Yep. So Glenn, if you want to, but that'll take you a day to do. So I assume everyone's spending a day back in Cairo. Do that because you need to go schedule some more podcasts to post. And Nate, and then Glenn, you can drink.
I drink and research how to basically supercharge a Thimblebelly spell and poison an entire well's worth of milk.
What does the Thimblebelly spell normally mean? Like how many charges?
The 1 minor, the target of the spell takes your drunk penalty on their next action. This does not force them to check against passing out, alcohol poisoning, or any of the rest. However, nor does it take the impairment off you.
Okay. Give me a Dpsomancer check.
24. Success.
All right. With the 24, you realize instead of using a minor charge, you can use as many significant charges as you want. If you do at least 1 significant charge, that'll contaminate a barrel. And then every additional significant charge after that will have an additional effect. For example, if you want it to be particularly long-lasting, if you want it to be mild, like at this point, if you just do the 1 charge, it's going to be like a standard raw. It'll basically counteract the effects of their ritual, making it standard raw milk. So the weak people will get sick, strong people will not. But if you spend an extra charge, you can make sure everyone gets sick. And if you spend a 3rd charge, you can make everybody get sick, but not too much. And if you spend 4th charges, you can have really irritate cosmetic effects that are ultimately harmless, but like their skin could turn blue or something. Or they could get minor boils on their face. They could just look really terrible. So it depends on if you want to, because I know you should have 4 significant charges. So you could.
If we're spending a day back in Cairo, I've got 5 now.
Okay. So you can. Yeah, I mean, what other effects do you want them to do? And this will affect the entire supply. But you just need 1 to counteract a ritual. But with 1, some people might actually get really sick, especially if children drink it or old people. So
I'd like it to be potent enough to cause a stir, make people question what they're doing, but I don't actually want to harm anyone. So
that'd be like
the 3 for sounds good.
Yeah. All right, so that'll be 3 charges, and it'll be basically the same. It'll just take you a bit longer to do because you'll just have to concentrate a little more because you're pouring more juice into that. So, you can, Nate, you can get your charge for another podcast. And significant, we said, was people
either failing rolls or like. life-altering events up to and including dying words?
Nothing like that. If you had managed to intimidate that lady at the college,
I was posed for it, but it didn't land.
But didn't I? She's the stern stuff. That's why she's paid the big bucks, because she's a college administrator. They actually are paid the big bucks for colleges, because that's how that works. Which part of this little scheme do you want to tackle first? The blood bank heist, the planning the contamination, or you can't. Those are the first two things you can't. I guess you can do the blood.
You can't really do the blood bank heist with a lot of critical path-wise. I mean, we have to do the festival and then the news story and then the blood bank.
Okay.
Because we have to do the blood bank last because otherwise it's not really blood anymore.
Go back.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. You want it fresh. Sorry.
And I've got a very easy way to do that one.
The heist?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, the sabotage. I guess it's a heist. Yeah.
No, the blood bank heist. Getting blood so that we can pour blood out on the side of the cliff.
Okay. All right. So you go to the Piasa festival. In Piasa, they have it's a little, small town festival. They have a little parade. They have little vendors set up.
They have little Piasa birds made out of balloons the kids wear on their heads.
Yep. They, have the typical small town ska band playing music. What you've all been to these kind of places and these kind of festivals.
Hey, look, there's a guy over there with a table set up in the middle of this place selling all sorts of sharp, pointy objects.
Yeah.
To children.
Yeah, it's actually Stun Gun Rodney. He's there. He's got a table full of stun guns and Maul Ninja knives.
Since it's Stun Gun Rodney, I have to buy a stun gun.
Okay. You buy a stun gun. It's sure a good. It's a good stun gun.
I'm going to name you Shaka Khan.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Supporting local economies. Yes.
All right. So the milk drinking, the raw milk drinking contest, is not on any official things, but you hear people talking about it. It's being held at the Ag Hall, the Agriculture Hall. And there are a couple guys by the door, guys in cowboy hats and boots. So you can just walk by and act like a tourist, or you can try and find another way in. But the guys clearly look like they're acting like doormen, looking everybody in the face before they walk in. The doors are open, though.
Okay, I'm just going to walk right past them.
All right, they stop you. They say, "Excuse me, the festival's that way."
Well, yeah, but the milk drinking's in here.
Yeah, sorry. This I don't know where you heard that. That's not what's going on here. This is a members only event. This is for the. My mind's blank. What's the high school thing? High school agriculture thing.
FFA?
FFA. Yeah, this is for FFA students and parents.
Yeah, my nephew's in there.
Yeah, who's your nephew?
I don't think I have to tell you that, sir.
Just go. It's fine.
No, it's okay.
They physically blocking your way. It's a small town.
Shoot, I thought it was a contest.
Yeah, I don't know what you heard. It's for FFA. You can all give me empathy checks.
Empathy?
Or whatever.
Connect?
Yeah, connect. Sorry.
Yeah.
Crit success. 22.
Yeah. All right.
10 out of 50.
He doesn't give a shit if he clearly doesn't give a shit if you believe him or not. He's not letting you in. He doesn't recognize you.
Interloper!
Yep.
Nate?
Let's regroup.
All right.
You're at 1 star now, so they're slightly suspicious. So what are you going to do?
Okay. I'm going to go back to the van. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get the appropriate duds to match up with the locals.
Okay.
And we're going to try this again. But we're going to do the back
All of us?
door of the hall.
Okay.
Instead of the front. And failing that...
Glenn
You do
should probably
that,
Get
you-
on the milk.
You do that. I'm going to scout.
Right.
Okay. I guess we do all have to get in there. Or at the very least,
Glenn is the crucial one because he's the one.
I mean, I sort of want the audio. Like,
yeah, you would definitely get a significant charge.
The spontaneous vomiting probably be.
People are going to be feeling some.
So, guys,
some checks.
Yeah.
that tells me something, and this is not exactly going to be the best idea, I'm sure. But I can act as a distraction. I can let you guys get past those two guys, and then Shaka Khan and I are going to go the other way.
Well, that's a plan.
It'll call all of the attention on me, and then I just have to make a quick change and turn into someone else.
A plan based on that sort of logic certainly worked last time.
Well, I mean, this is obviously no outsiders only, slightly more guarded, event. So
he's trying to take care of that for us.
Yeah. All right.
So the whole milk drinking ritual is happening inside this building, as far as we know.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
The doors are open. Give me a notice check.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to find another way in.
Sure. Well,
like, time is relatively of the essence, but let's see if they only guarded the obvious door.
That's a fail.
Well, for free, I can say you can see that they're setting up a thing and you see, a big container of milk. It is labeled milk on the side,
Oh, good. They didn't bring the milk this year.
So, milk. Oh, I love milk.
That was 20% more fish.
Yes. So, for free, I tell you, it is a big, long building, there are double doors in front, double doors on each side, and on the back entrance there is a loading dock. So the other doors are all closed, and there are people sort of milling about, but they're not clearly as focused. You would guess that the other doors are all locked, but obviously that shouldn't be a problem for clever people like you.
I've got white coveralls in the van.
Okay.
We put on white coveralls. We grab a hand truck. We go in through the loading dock. We're here to pick up the empty milk and replace it with a full milk.
All right. For the second tier of the mouth drinking contest?
Yes.
Well, if there is one.
Right.
They might just use one for the entire thing.
Yeah.
Plus, they're playing this whole thing pretty close to the chest. I figure they'd have their own milk transfer staff.
Yeah, you have to assume that everyone here literally knows everyone else.
Okay.
So
plan A is we try to get in. Plan B is Shaka Khan.
They know by the milkman's eyes when he perceives the dawn.
All right. So yeah, there's doors on either side. You could try and figure out who has the keys and pick their pocket and take the keys. You can figure a way to pick the lock. You could actually climb up on the roof. There are vents on the roof, and you can use those to shimmy in.
Classic.
Classic. Yeah, fucking Deus Ex it. Metal Gear Solid it.
You know what? I'll go back over to Stun Gun Rodney and I'll pick up a grappling hook.
Yep, he's got a grappling hook. How'd you guess?
Because you can never be too prepared.
You can do that. That is going to be a fitness check, obviously, and someone is probably... if you want to... The thing is, there are people... Nobody's watching out these other corners of the building, but it is daytime, so that someone causing a distraction would allow someone else to climb up without a cause, but...
Sorry. Went down a rabbit hole there for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you parkour your way up on the roof with this brand new shiny grappling hook?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to make a fuss in front to act as a distraction. You drag Glenn with you. And then you guys just Santa Claus your way in from the roof and...
fiddle the milk and report the vomit.
Yeah. All right. So, Cici, you go back to the front to Dorman. Mm-hmm. They see is they're very suspicious of you. What are you going to do?
Okay, so I'm going to break out my phone.
Okay.
And before I get to those two guys, while they're...
Please be a sovereign citizen. Please be a sovereign citizen.
While they're climbing their way up, I'm going to download pictures of the latest school thing with the 4-H club.
Uh-huh.
And so this time when I go up there, I'm going to start saying, all right, you said that you need to see who my grandson is.
He was your nephew last time.
At my age, you don't really want to say the word grandson out loud because it makes you sound like an old man. And I'm not an old man, but if I've got a nephew, I'm not. But I'm being honest with you. Now, I want to show you the pictures of my grandson. Okay, do you see him right here?
All right, roll connect to distract him.
Nice.
20 out of 38.
All right. So you get a couple minutes before he's going to like, yeah, what's his name?
Right.
And then like, okay, we'll go and check.
Oh, I'm just going to keep on talking about all of his proud accomplishments and just flip through, show the ribbons.
Yeah.
And because I did think ahead enough to grab a picture of a kid from the thing, I'm going to grab the third place kid whose name is right there. I was like, yeah, his name is Anthony. It's right there.
You're Anthony's grandfather?
Yes? Why?
All right. Well, anyways, we'll do that in a second.
Are you trying to say you have a problem with my grandson?
Saying you're not related. His grandfather's already in there.
Both of his grandfathers are already in there?
Other one's dead. You're not in this town. I went to that school all my life. You're a straight... I know you're a terrestrial. Anyways.
Interloper.
Yeah. So you're 2 stars. Anyways, go on.
I'm just going to do it on fitness.
Yep.
Because that is higher right now.
I'm going to do fitness first. I'm going to roll Dpsomancer to not take the drunk penalty.
Yeah.
I want this to work.
That's a good idea.
21 out of 50.
All right.
Can I just drop dead now?
Oh,
99.
You lose a charge, but without gaining any benefit. But I'm not. Yeah, essentially.
All right. So now I'm just rolling with the penalty. It's only minus 10. It's not the worst. It's not the best.
I'm
Would
just
that-
hauling his ass up there.
That's a 50.
It's a 60 with the penalty.
Okay, so it's a
fail.
Okay.
But it's on your Dipsomancy, which means you get an auto.
No. It was
Dpsomancy was to not take. If I had not taken the drunk penalty, that would have been on the nose.
Yeah, but his character concept is a drunk penalty. So I mean, it's more than that. I'm sorry, but yeah, he's struggling. You can give me another fitness check to haul him up.
Okay.
You didn't fail by that much, so you can. If you succeed, you.
You be oats, I'll be hauled.
My character concept is being bad at everything most of the time, so I can be insanely good at a few things.
Yeah, if
some
you
of
can
the
get
time.
in there, you can totally fuck up this ritual.
Yeah, I can't even flip that into a success.
Okay, so you're not. It's not working too well for you right now. So you can either escalate, or you realize there's actually some bales of hay you can climb up on and try and jump and then grab onto the grappling hook. But if you fail that, that's going to be bad.
Yeah, why not?
You're just this failure is you not
I can
passing
think of
the
several reasons.
yeah. So you could just eat it and go face first into the gutter. So on the side of the building. So that's what happens if you fail.
This has to be gotten done.
Yep.
All right. Dipsomancy again. God damn, I can't even flip to make that work.
All right.
So, fitness.
All right.
Hoo boy.
And if I flip that, that would be worse.
All right. So you take some damage
I'm sorry.
as you wang on the side of the building. That
Everything.
hurts. I mean, you don't have to be sorry to anybody except yourself because it hurt. You jump and just eat it in your face.
Pull him up.
So yeah, the only
I'm
thing
sure
left
that
is
here
to
in the
tie
front is-
him to tie a rope around himself and you to just haul him up.
Yep.
Apparently makes a noise too.
Yeah, you're making noise. So, anyways,
I'm going to cover that by stomping my foot at this guy.
well, that's the thing is you didn't know that was going to happen until after it happened. So you hear a wang, and then you can give me. This is going to be an escalating check because you're going to have to lie to these people to get them to distract. That's a 90.
That is a 92.
Yep, you
Flip
can
it?
flip
But,
it.
yeah, I can definitely flip it because,
You get a free flip each session.
well,
Or if you can use one of your passions.
I was going to say rage against reactionaries because they are...
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're wearing cowboy hats, and they clearly... well,
Right
they
then.
also imprisoned, they also are,
My
imprisoned.
daughter.
Okay, yeah, all right. Sorry.
Speaking of escalation?
Sorry.
I will have you know that my daughter and I are a bit estranged, and just because I've got a bit of family history doesn't necessarily mean that I am a bad person.
Then you hear the wang, and then... So what is your lie to cover up them investigating the wang on the side of the building? That's what the lie is for. To distract them for a little bit longer.
Next season on American Vandal.
Yeah, essentially. Because you hear...
Oh, yeah.
All three
Oh
of
my
you.
God. What was that noise? Perhaps you guys should go and investigate that. And while you do that, I will just not walk in this door that you're going to leave unguarded.
Okay, so one of them's like, all right, so Bobby, you stay here and watch him. I'll go investigate then. All right, so Bobby just... All right, look, it looks like everybody's here. We'll just close up. All right, you sir, have a good day. I know you believe that.
Stun gun.
Okay.
Do you think you can take me by yourself? I don't know you, and that is not your purse.
Our coerced violence. You struggle, yes. So make a struggle check.
I know I'm going to fail this,
Yeah.
but I think it's still funny.
It is funny, but...
That's a 63, which is a fail.
Okay. All right, well, you threaten them with violence, and...
I'm just holding up a stun gun.
That's threatening them with violence. It's a weapon, and you're threatening them with it. So their reaction is to punch you. So he is going to roll struggle.
See how reactionary.
Yeah. So their struggle is 40. And that's a 4. So you have time to counteract if you want to either dodge.
So that's a defend with fitness.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Dodge is a separate thing. Yeah, dodge is a separate thing. So you can roll a dodge, or you can try...
Yep.
Okay. And you got an 18, so that beats their 4. So you dodge out of the way. But yeah, the other one, Bobby, starts closing the doors. Closing the doors from the outside. And the other one, Jimmy, just attacked you. So anyways, back to you guys. You don't hear...
I think that Jimmy would still be looking at me because I did just pull out a stun gun.
No, he took a swing at you. Yeah, and you step back. So we'll continue that fight in a second. You two, you tie the rope around yourself. You do see some... I forgot, funnel or chimney kind of thing to wrap the rope around, basic physics. So you can, get a little better purchase of it. Fitness will work.
Okay. Let's see if it do.
Yep.
It do. 39 out of 50.
All right. You managed to get to the roof. So you just have to, so anyways, so what are you going to do? Are you going to try and beat both guys with the sun gun, or are you just going to run? Or?
I'm just going to run.
All right.
I'm assuming that I will get the text that says we made it up, and now I will feel it.
Yep.
And then I will run.
All right, so you run. They yell there. Yeah, that's right. Run, you coward! You get the hell out of this town. And Bobby's like, yeah, we got some sort of weirdo with a stun gun. Tell stun gun. Yeah. Anyways,
Tell stun gun Rodney to stop selling all them weirdos.
Yep. So yeah, you run, but you're gonna have to hide. The police are gonna be looking for you in a minute. So, give me a fitness check to see how far you run. How quickly you run.
That is a 56, so that is a fail.
Okay.
Not very fast.
Not very fast. You do get outside of them.
On the other hand, I can pull a style magnet because I knew I was going to be running like this.
Okay.
So, of course, I have a disguise stashed.
Sure.
So I'm basically going to pull a Tom Cruise at the start of one of the Mission Impossibles where he takes off the military uniform, flips it around, and it's a leather jacket.
Yeah.
Rips the stripes off the pants.
All
and
right,
suddenly
give me
he's
a
tourist.
secrecy check to figure out where to change.
That is a success. 31 out of 40.
Okay, so you find this. You find the space that no one's watching. That you can tell that no one can see you. You step into that little space between a food truck and a porta potty, essentially, or a generator. And you rip your clothes off, revealing your second layer of clothing. So now you just need to give me. You can hide there for a while if you want. You are an outsider, so the cops will be definitely looking for you. So you can give me. Well, we'll deal with that in a second. So you're just hiding out right now, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you're on the roof. I'm not going to make a roll to pull off the vent.
Thanks.
It's not too hard, actually. And who's going in first?
I'll go.
All right, you go.
Look, Glenn, I mean, it's a great idea and all, and I don't mean to be insensitive, but that liver belly, it's starting to happen, so maybe I should go first. Just a thought.
Sure, fine, whatever.
All right. So Nate, you go in. You wiggle in with your parkouring skills. That's not hard, but you find yourself high up. It's a big, basically essentially one giant room, as alcohol is, and this vent is not actually connected. Well, it's not connected to ducts. It's just an open. It's just a grate essentially. But there are essentially support struts in the roof that you can hold on to, and you can look down and you see that. So you have to shimmy across there and do that. So you can do that. You don't have to make a roll for that, but you will have to make a... This is kind of scary because you're way up and you could fall. So this is going
Violence?
to...
Violence?
I thought violence or... What's your violence and helplessness at?
They are each at 2.
Okay. Pick one and roll that.
I will take it against helpless. Well, hold on.
Helpless defense with status, violence defense with fitness.
Helplessness because, oh God, that's kind of a sort of standard metaphor being, out on a ledge. Violence is, you could fall and hurt yourself.
Actually, since you give me the option, I will take it on violence because my helplessness is much higher than my... now they're just the same. Well, whatever. At any rate, fitness, don't fail me now. It did fail me now.
All right. So
it critically failed me now.
Oh, critically failed you. Oh, God.
I dive after you.
Give me a fitness check.
Oh, God.
You get an intense sense of vertigo as you look down and you see there's 100 people below you with the raw milk vat.
Directly below me.
Yep. And you're just and you could just feel some sort of weird energy coming from it that is
shocking.
Yeah, unnatural. And it's just, what they're drawing from.
It's those anti-vaxxers.
Yeah. All right.
I don't think I would even have time to pull off the spell. I think I just do it.
Okay.
I will burn my compassion to flip that.
What's your compassion?
My noble is compassion.
And
you're about to hurt yourself badly. I'm trying to stop that from happening.
Yeah.
Story checks out.
Yeah. All right. So you now you give me a violence check. What's your violence at? How many hard knocks?
2.
2. Yeah. Yeah. Because
Struggle.
I saved him, but oh God!
So I guess I take a failed notch, huh?
You certainly do.
That's a crit fail.
Are you kidding?
No, 66
my God.
over 50.
All right. You fall. You're already freaking out from it, so. I will say though, you are falling into the vat. Give me a Dpsomancer check.
Sweet. Success.
All right. Do you want to pour more significant charges into that?
To what point and purpose?
It's an instinct thing. Do you go all out or not?
Just
Yes.
All right. So it's an instinctual thing. You're just fuck that milk, and you just pour all of your significant charges into it.
Sure.
And,
Down the hatch.
You land miraculously straight in the center of the milk vat, and you emerge unharmed. But the milk just explodes, and just there's just a wave hitting everyone.
suddenly in from the windows, the milk.
So everyone anywhere near the vat is hit with this milk, and the reaction is immediate. They start gagging. They start.
My recorders are still running.
Of course. You can see like this the stench of like rotten eggs, like a brimstone kind of. It just smells awful, and it hits you palpably. You can see the milk curdling as it's on their skin. So what's your natural at?
My unnatural is at 5.
All right, you're actually All right.
So is mine.
All right, yep. You're like, well, that makes sense. Now he saved you, so you're still on the top. You're just like, he sacrificed himself.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're down there. So you gotta, I would say
everyone's relatively distracted.
Everyone's distracted. That part of that is burned up by you being like, what the fuck just happened? So you've got maybe 1 or 2 actions before they're going to start like, who ruined our milk drinking ritual? It's that guy. So what are you going to do, Glenn?
Run.
Okay, you run. Give me fitness.
I love the fact that is the exact vocalization.
I'm an outdoorsman. Of course I can haul ass away from danger.
Yeah.
Angry crowd, angry bear.
Angry bear. Semantics.
Or angry pack of dogs. Wild dogs.
Oh, God, no.
Failure?
Failure.
All right. A guy tries to tackle you. He also has a struggle of 40. And he gets a 5. Do you have dodge? Well, I mean, you do have dodge.
My dodge, I can roll it.
Yeah.
Crit fail.
All right. You were tackled, and the wind is knocked out of you. Looks like they've got him unless you're going to do something.
I'm a free runner. Of course I can help with this. Of course I can fall this far onto...
That guy who...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You sure can. This won't go back. This won't go wrong.
We'll see.
Yeah,
I still have my free flip.
You do. I will say you will not be able to defend against this.
Weird.
The water of the womb is thicker than the milk of the udder.
I can't even flip that.
Okay. So you just fall. It's not a crit fail though.
No.
So you'd fall.
Okay.
Ow. Yeah, it hurts. It's not fun. But it's a 1-story building essentially. Well, like a 2-story building. So you fall like 20 feet onto
onto a dude.
Yeah. Well, no, not onto a dude. You miss. You hit the floor. It's a concrete floor too.
Okay.
Yeah. So you step up. Oh, your legs don't feel good. You don't think anything's broken, but you probably sprained something.
Lovely.
Yeah. So nobody has reacted to you yet because the majority of the crowd is still like freaking out because of the milk because their unnatural checks are all failed.
Weird.
So, yeah, you do get a significant charge.
Yay!
In fact, I'll give you 2 because so many people are here screaming, and it's a clearly unnatural event. But Glenn, this guy, so new round, he picks you up. And has your arms behind your back, and it's like, you're going to answer some. What the fuck are you doing? What'd you do? What'd you do?
Do I actually have to be able to do physical things to use magic, or can I
No,
just
it's
do
all
it?
mental.
Okay. Is he doused in the milk too?
You can't tell. You can't see. He's behind you.
Down
If he is, he's clearly not affected by it. Or he's not, like, incapacitated by it.
And the raw, nasty milk. I'll stop.
So he's grabbing him. He is moving you somewhere.
I think it's time for a drunken stagger.
Okay, what's that do?
3 minor charges for the rest of this round, and for the next 2 rounds, anyone who makes a gun or hand-to-hand attack against you takes a minus 30 shift to their skill. For each additional minor I spend, it gives an additional minus 10 shift.
Okay, yeah, go and give me a roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially.
And I'm gonna...
You can wiggle free out of his grasp pretty easily with that.
Just to hopefully make it stick, I'm gonna put 4 charges into it.
Okay, so I'll have a negative 40 to his thing. So yeah, you'll break free automatically because he can't hold you.
That is a success.
Alright, you wiggle free of him. He's like, the fuck? Get back here! So yeah, what are you gonna do?
If I've seen this happen, I just started running.
Okay, well, you start hobbling.
Yeah.
You were kind of disoriented. Which way were you going? Or you weren't as disoriented as he was. So, are you going
Or
to?
just pain.
Yeah. Which entrance are you going for? Or exit? There's the way that the doormen were. There's the 2 side doors, and then there's a loading dock.
Are we pretty much middle up in the? Okay.
Actually, the side doors would be closer because it's a longer.
Sure.
It's a rectangular. Or it's, yeah.
Were there buildings on either side of this building?
On one side of the side door. Do you want to go to that one?
No. I actually think we should go to the clear side.
Okay, where there's just like... Okay, that's basically... Yeah, the alcohol's sort of at the edge of the festival, so yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let's.
Okay.
Let's head to the van.
Which is on the other side of the... Yeah, but you're trying to circle around. All right, so you start... Give me parkour or fitness.
Okay. Fitness still higher.
All right.
Wow. I can't even flip it into a...
Okay, you're hobbling. A guy notices you this round. Another guy notices you.
Yeah. I am preparing one of my recorders.
Okay.
Yeah.
So...
Flipping into playback mode.
Yeah. All right. So new round. Glenn. You're free. You see Nate hobbling one way.
Okay. I am going to scream epithets and babble incoherently about how milk is the opiate of the masses and just random bullshit and try to draw their attention to me as I stumble away like an imbecile.
The opposite way? The opposite way from?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, give me a light check. You can distract everybody as you hobble away, as you stagger away, sorry.
I'm a former minister. Of course I can get a crowd's attention.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
If I flip that... Let's see, my rage is harassment and dehumanization. They are maintaining a ritual designed to suppress the rightful vengeance of a culture that has been marginalized for centuries.
Yeah.
Okay. 34.
Good answer.
That's a success.
Yeah.
Bumped up to
All right.
34 with the penalty.
All of the guys, 3 guys jump at you, but with your drunken stagger. That lasts one more round after this?
Yeah, 3 rounds total.
All right. They all miss. They can't hit you, so at all.
I'm a greased up deaf guy.
You essentially, and yeah, so you don't have to worry about that. So if you make one more check, if you actually make a check, you'll get out.
Let's hope.
If you don't, you'll have to deal with one attacker. Can't flip it either.
No.
All right. All right, so he's hobbling away. You're going the other way, and you can't go. You can't actually run because you weren't hurt, but you're not because you want to distract them. So one guy at the very edge sees you and is going to make a tackle at you. So
Okay.
He misses though.
All right.
So you can you just get to the door.
Woo.
And it unlocks from the inside. So you want to try and stop and slam the door in his face to stun him, or do you want to just try and get more distance?
I will stun him, but by a different route. I figured out what my minor blast is. It's close range, but essentially I hold one of the recorders up almost as though it's a stun gun.
Okay.
And just, give him a magically juiced up feedback blast.
Yeah, give me a
Phonomancer?
Yeah, Phonomancer.
That flips to an 7.
All right. He is stunned, and you manage to get out the door. If you can give me a secrecy check, you can find a hiding spot and get away.
I'm going to go start the car.
Or parkour. Ooh. There's people out. Hey! Who the fuck are you? So, yeah, you're going to have to deal with more pursuers. At this point, Cici, what is your plan? Are you going to try and find them as they get out, or are you going to...
I'm just going to head to the van.
All right.
I'm going to text them where the van is located.
Okay.
Because I'm guessing that I see the results of everything going pear-shaped.
You're outside. You actually don't see that. You can't hear it because it's a building, and you're outside, and the festival's pretty noisy, so you don't know what's going on at all.
Okay. But I'm still assuming that getaway driving
You do know something, because they're looking for you. You know that. Because you threatened them with a stun gun. So
I'm going to get to the van.
Okay.
I'm going to put on a paper-thin disguise of fake mustache.
Okay.
Wig that hangs down just a little bit past where the hat goes.
Okay.
And this way I look different enough that I don't look like the guy who threatened them with the stun gun.
All right, roll secrecy.
14?
Yep.
Out of 40?
Yep. Yep, they don't even look at you. And so you get that. Now you can drive around. You could drive the van around the edges of the festival and look out to see if you see any of them running around or anything like that.
That's a good idea. I think I'm going to do that.
Okay. So you do that. Give me a notice check.
Odd 9 out of 40.
All right, with an odd 9 out of 40, you succeed, and you see Nate. So, but meanwhile, back in the building, Glenn.
The only good cow is a steak.
All right, it's very persuasive. If you hadn't ruined the ritual, they might have listened to you. So, Drunken Stagger is going to wear off. You're near the door, the opposite door from where Nate went out. So,
right.
This is essentially the door leading out to the space where you jumped onto the building in the first place, where there's some hay bales and other things. But there's a group of guys actively trying to tackle you, and they just keep falling off of you. But if you give me a fitness check, you can get out the door before they'll have another chance to tackle you. If you fail, you'll have to deal with 3 tackle attempts.
I will do that. -10. There's not an abundance of water around, is there?
Please, is he close to one of the porta potties?
Does that count? Yeah, I guess I would.
Water.
My only chance of making this is to somehow flip on hydrophobia.
Oh, that no. Yeah.
I didn't expect.
Yeah,
but
this is definitely not a hydrophobic situation.
That
did you already use your free flip?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I know you used your noble and your.
I've used
your
my noble,
rage.
my rage. Yep.
All right, so
I'm up a creek.
Yeah, you are. Well,
if only it were a literal creek, then I could do something.
Well, here's the thing. They're tackling. That means they can tackle you. That doesn't mean they did tackle you, and you will get a chance to dodge it. So here's the first tackle. Fails. All right. So one guy jumps at you and falls and hits the ground. Second guy jumps, also fails. And so the third guy,
The third castle.
fails too. All 3 of them fail. So you get out the door.
They underestimated me.
They did. So if you can give me another fitness check, I can break line of sight with them.
Is what I'm telling myself.
Yep.
Nope.
All right. So they're still in hot pursuit.
And I'm no longer staggering.
You're no longer staggering. Exactly. So there's a mob after you, and they're really angry. So Nate, there's one guy after you.
Mm-hmm.
You were unable to hide, so he's able to recover from your stunning of him, and so he's chasing you. Did you make your notice check?
Oh, yes.
All right.
By a lot.
All right. Odd, even. Here. Let's see here. I guess I should only roll one. You see Nate. He's being chased by one guy. He's limping. You don't see where Glenn is.
I'm just going to say loud enough that, well, I know Nate can probably hear me or at least read my lips from here.
You can see the van.
Should I escalate?
Yes.
So I'm going to roll down the window,
Okay.
cock the hammer on my 2-shot Derringer.
Okay.
Oh, I thought he was holding the stun gun.
Yeah. No.
So did I.
Stun guns aren't a ranged weapon. They're not, or they're a very close range weapon.
I'm going to shoot in the air because gunshot
All right.
usually gets the attention of everyone.
Roll coerce violence.
Let's see. Attack was
Struggle. Yeah.
That is a 38 out of a 45.
All right.
Huh. Ironic numbers.
Yep. So yeah, that scares him. He runs. So
Does it do anything for the ones that are on Nate? Because
no, you don't see where. No, not well. You see
Glenn.
where. Yeah, you don't see where Glenn is. It's a big. I mean, it's not big, but like
I get in the door.
I'm not gonna draw maps at this point. But yeah, it's,
He went out the other door.
Okay.
My legs are a little banged up, but
Yeah.
him first.
Loop around.
all right. So you're looping around. And yeah, we'll take a
Put
quick
another bullet in
break
here.
because we've been drinking all night. Anyways, right back. And we're back. So,
So I'm hauling ass around the side and just, here, put another bullet in that, would you?
are you loading the gun or are you looking for Glenn? You can't really do both because it's like.
At this point, I am injured. I am doing what the man says.
All right, you load the Derringer. Give me a notice check.
$13.
Here goes that boy.
All right, yeah, you see the mob chasing Glenn, and you see a bit of Glenn as Glenn is getting cornered by a large mob, and you hear police sirens in the distance.
Hand me the gun.
Done.
Pull up near him. Or near Glenn.
You can't get the van that far. It's on grass, and there's a lot of stuff in the way, like bales of hay and equipment and stuff. So
I can
you're
look
gonna
at
have to
the
get.
bales of hay.
Well,
Can you?
Da, 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 da.
you can get the car stuff.
How much momentum does that van have?
Yeah, exactly. You are probably the more you escalate. By the way, at this point, the more likely you're all going to get arrested or shot. So,
We're already
yeah.
well into that.
Yeah.
Give me pursuit.
Where is pursuit?
Pursuit is under isolation.
Okay. I'm not going to do so good at this one.
Well, you're not a stunt driver.
Yeah, that's a crit fail.
All right.
Oh, man.
The van immediately goes into a ditch, a drainage ditch on the side of the road. So it's stuck, and you see a police car pulling up behind you.
Okay. Put it in reverse and
It's stuck.
Oh.
put it in drive.
It's
And-
stuck. It's stuck in a drainage ditch. It's not. It's a steep one, so it's not going to get out easily.
All right. Nate, we're going to need to rock it and roll it all the way down the hill. That's the only way we're going to get out of this in this van.
All right.
All right. Meanwhile, Glenn, you're cornered by a mob.
How many?
A lot. Dozens. They're covered in milk that is rapidly... Well, they're so angry they haven't noticed what it's doing to their skin. But there's several... All right, you just put your hands up. We'll go easy on you.
I'm not surrendering to no teat suckers.
Okay. I mean... this is your last... actually, this is going to be pursuit. I should have been rolling pursuit the entire time. Roll pursuit to try and get away from them.
No.
All right, you are cornered.
Okay.
There's no way you're going to be, unless you don't have a gun on you, there's no way you're going to be able to fight your way through, because they are just going to dogpile you.
Fair enough.
So, meanwhile, you two, the police car's pulled up behind you, and the officers are getting out. The van is still stuck. You don't know if something's damaged in the van or not, because, what are the two of you going to do?
Okay, if we rock the van and roll it all the way down the hill, will that unstick it?
Give me another pursuit check.
Will it still run?
Yeah, you critically failed. It's not good.
Okay.
I mean, pursuit, he's asking to rock the van side to side hard enough to tip it over the edge of the drainage ditch.
Yeah.
And then be able to drive away from the roll.
Yeah. You can ditch at this point, it might be better to run away, from the van.
Yeah, no.
Okay, well.
That's just a regular fail.
Okay. You don't know what's going on. Do you hear, you see, you look through the rearview mirrors, two police cars, cops have come out. They have guns drawn. They start yelling at you. But those of you in the vehicle, get out! Put your hands in the air.
I have 2 significant charges.
Okay.
And this is our van that we use.
For everything.
So presumably I've already done a little extra sound wiring.
Okay.
If I
Can I crank up the subwoofers?
dump them both in and play the opening screech from Run Through the Jungle.
Okay. For your blast.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Give me a check.
Okay.
But if you fail to stun them, they'll probably, you don't know what they'll do. So yeah.
Please tell me you pumped
Fortunately,
up
I
the jam.
don't.
Okay.
35 is less than 48. So yeah.
All right.
2 significance worth of blast.
All right. So you incapacitate the cops. They fall down. Yeah. So what are you going to do?
Okay. Since I'm incapacitated, I'm going to get out, push, get us out of here. Mm-hmm. When I tell you to floor it, you floor it.
Okay.
Okay. Fitness and pursuit.
Excuse me.
I can't flip that.
Okay.
I crit failed.
All right.
Wait, okay. Just push us with a cop car.
Yes.
All right. One last pursuit check.
Okay.
If you fail this, it will...
Success!
All right, you damage the car significantly. Both of you, by the way, give me, at this point, you've assaulted cops. I will...
Violence, self-isolation.
Yeah, there's so many to choose from. I would say, what is your self at?
Myself is at 4.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. With that, they didn't actually shoot at you. What's your violence at?
Mine's at 2.
Mine's at 5.
Okay, you're fine with that. Actually, helplessness. What's your helplessness at?
3 now.
2.
2? This was helplessness 3, so give me helplessness check.
Okay.
Having the car stuck and the police right behind you. That's pretty nightmarish. Oh yeah, what's your helplessness at?
My helplessness is 3.
All right, give me helplessness.
Wow.
Yeah. I assume I'm being dragged off by
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a failed notch on helplessness.
Yep.
now.
All right, your van is significantly damaged. It's not going to... It's obviously noticeable as you ram the police car to get it, essentially. Push it back. You have to nudge it, essentially, back onto the road. So,
we kind of figured that the van was going to get a little bit messed up.
Yeah.
But...
It's noticeable, is what I'm saying. So, but you managed to get out and you drive away. You both... Glenn is not with you.
We still need to do something about that.
Is there a way to get him before we drive away?
Do I need to roll
Do we see
violence?
No, you don't. Huh?
Do I need to defend with violence too, since I'm being chased around by an angry mob?
No, you're captured by an angry mob. Like there's 20 or 30 people there who want to capture you, and you don't have anything to stop them from doing that. What did you fail your helplessness, or did you get?
I failed.
You failed,
Yep.
yeah. You're just
I'm
paralyzed with fear as they grab you and tie you up and drag you off and put a hood over your head. So, that's not good.
That's very not good.
So, yeah.
We're going to have to figure out a way to save him.
You do.
Well, I can think of one.
Yeah. Maybe you might want to unleash that angel.
We tried to be nice. We
You
tried.
didn't really, actually.
We did.
We tried to be nice for us.
We tried to be nice for a given value of nice.
We tried to be nice
We
relative
said,
to what
what is
happened
the
last
lesser
session.
evil? And we actively pursued the lesser evil.
That is true. I mean, they were going to be
And now we're going to pursue the greater evil.
sick, but not actually sick, and just have their bond downrighted.
Yeah.
But now, Burb.
You have to wait until night for that.
About the bird.
You're going to have to wait until night for that. Yeah. So, meanwhile, so you two, I assume, drive far away.
Yes.
So and get a new car.
If we can't think of any other thing to do.
We're going to get a new car.
Yeah.
Or rather, a new van.
Mm-hmm.
Move everything from the old van into the new van.
All right. So that's going to take you hours.
Maybe not a van this time. Just,
Hatchback?
Also, are you going to see a doctor or anything?
SUV?
Yeah.
Or do you want to spend charges to try and heal him?
I'm going to spend charges to heal him.
All right, give me a roll. As you get into your doctor's outfit.
And I roll a 31 out of 63.
All right, so you get to use your Vestomancer as any skill then?
Mm-hmm.
All right, give me another Vestomancer roll to treat him.
29.
Okay. So you tape up his ankles. Both your ankles are sprained. You miracle you didn't break anything, but actually no. Also, you did break a toe, but you set a splint.
Yeah.
So I recommend the RICE method for your ankles: rest, ice, compression, elevation. And as far as the toe, breaking a toe, I'm sorry, there ain't a damn thing you can do about that. You can tape it to the one next to it and hope that you don't move it.
It's mostly just going to hurt.
It's mostly just going to hurt.
Yep. So anytime you do physical stuff, you'll take a negative 10 because you hurt.
Yeah.
Your wounds. I keep track of that.
Yep. I have them.
Yeah, you have them. They're as healed up as they're going to be, but yeah, you're not going to be running or parkouring for a little bit unless you get magically healed. So you get a new car or new vehicle. You transfer your equipment. You stash your other existing vehicle in there. This is not getting reported, by the way. There's no APP out.
Shocking.
It's almost like they got their magical ritual disrupted and they don't want to...
Yeah, advertise it. Yeah.
Weird.
But now you've alerted the town. They're on, full-scale lockdown, essentially. But, you wake up. You are dragged around places. You are carried places for a while.
Not the secondary location.
Yeah, you're in the secondary location. Actually, you are put in the trunk of a car. You are tied up, though, and you are gagged. So this is going to be isolation. What's your isolation at?
My isolation is 5, actually.
Yep.
This is fine.
This is a Tuesday.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's... I wonder if they have it. Yeah. I would say Isolation 5 would definitely count. I kind of want to see what they have as Isolation 5.
This is not the smallest container I've fallen unconscious in.
4 to 6. Spend a week in solitary confinement. Yeah, this is nothing. This is... You're pretty fucking ridiculous.
I've actually been in less spacey trunks than this. This is actually positively roomy compared to the Volvo.
Yeah, so...
Can I try to undo my binds or
You could try.
Wiggle my way loose enough to where I can do stuff with my hands?
That would probably be...
Struggle?
Yeah, struggle. Yeah.
Because none of my identities work with that.
Outdoorsman.
No.
Escaping bot? No.
No.
Tying? Maybe.
Yeah. Not the reverse.
That's a success.
Okay. Your wrists are Rub draw.
No, wait. Struggle.
Yeah.
That's. Oh no, I was reading the wrong track. No, that's a fail.
Okay. All right. Ropes. They're hard to get out of, it turns out, if you're not trained to do it. So eventually, though, you're taken out of the car trunk, and carried by two people, roughly, and you were put into a chair, and then you were tied to the chair. And then you can see a light is turned on because you can see it through your hood, and then the hood is ripped off, and then you see you're in a stone room with a dirt floor, and there is a old woman there. Hello, Glenn.
Who?
You. Because that's what your driver's license says. Oh yeah, all your shit was taken from you. I will say your cup is not with you because you wouldn't carry it with you. You would just leave it, in the
van.
in the van. But yeah, they have your driver's license and your phone. Do you remember to lock your phone so that other people can't do that?
Yes.
You would say that, of course, now that is. But you're not a techie character. Yeah.
I'm old, but I'm not that old. It's not that.
That's why I'm giving you a chance to do it. Roll secrecy. And I'll let you roll it at full, because you could have done this when you were sober.
Yeah. How long has it been? I was at 10% during the whole action sequence. Has that worn off?
You're not quite sober yet, but you'll probably be sober at the end of this scene.
Fair enough.
So you'll have your charges for the remainder of this scene.
Secrecy, then. I did not lock my phone.
Did not lock your phone. So they have phone numbers in there. So who's Nate? And Cici?
Old college buddies. We play poker on Thursdays.
Call and text them a lot.
Yeah, we play poker on Thursdays.
Huh.
We all have jobs.
So who are you with?
It takes coordination.
So they weren't the people who assaulted the deputies with some kind of weapon, made their ears...
No, that was Jake and Billy Bob. We don't talk much.
Glenn, I want to help you. I'm actually here to help you. I don't want anything bad to happen to any... I don't want any more bad things to happen. And I don't know if you understood the significance of what you're doing, or if you... I don't even... How did you even get up there, Glenn?
There was a stack of hay bales on the side of the building. I climbed up.
Yeah, why?
I wanted to see. Your goons wouldn't let me in the front door.
It's not for you. How did you even know about it?
It's a contest. It's a raw milk drinking contest. That's what was advertised.
It's not really advertised, though. It's just for the people of this town.
Well, you should have made that clearer in the promotional material.
There was no promotional material.
You're having a festival. There, people talk.
Well, okay. Who was talking?
People in the town.
Can't give me a name. Can't give me a description.
No, like people in the town. We were in the town, and I listened. That's what I did.
You've angered a lot of people.
I know, and that was very awkward.
You've hurt us.
That was a situation that escalated in an unfortunate direction.
It did, and you've hurt us. And some people are really sick by what you've done.
By what I did.
Yes. Glenn, we can beat around the bush, but I know that you did something to that milk.
Like what?
You contaminated it.
Did I miss my physical again this year?
Look, you can joke and be as strong as you want now, but if you want to get out...
You think I'm strong?
Well, you're certainly being very brave right now.
Nope. That's not something that people usually
Well, you're
say
tied
about
up
me.
in a room. No one knows where you are. Anything could happen to you, and you're just cracking wise. You could disappear, and no one would ever know what happened to you, Glenn.
Oh, what can I say? I have faith.
Do you? According to Google, you're no longer a minister. Glenn, just tell me.
Because you don't wear. Oh goodness. Just because.
Yeah.
Just because you don't wear it doesn't mean you can't share it.
Yeah. No. I got people talk. Don't use your goddamn shirt again.
It's my fault.
There are paper towels. Everyone makes a mistake. Oh my god. Good role playing there. So anyway, the woman. Look, Glenn, I'll give you some time to think. And if you don't have anything to say, you can't give us any names or any reasons why you're here. Then some other people are going to come in this room, and they're not going to ask questions. They're going to hurt you, Glenn, because we here love this town. We want to protect this town, and we're ready to do what it takes to protect it. And right now, you look like you're a threat to this town. And I want to believe that you made a mistake or that
All
someone
evidence to the contrary.
manipulated you into doing this. Someone betrayed you, Glenn. Someone left you out. Some people got away. You didn't get away. They didn't come for you. They abandoned you, Glenn. You're just...
Do I know how long it's been?
It's been,
10 minutes.
Yeah, it's not been more than a day. It's been hours, probably. You haven't fallen asleep and waken up. You haven't passed out from exhaustion. You're still a little bit drunk. So, yeah. It's been a couple hours. So, they've abandoned you. You were just a pawn to them, whoever they were. And I think it's Nate and Cici. And we're going to go find them and go ask them. And if they're just your poker buddies, they'll be fine. But a lot of people saw who you were with. Jimmy and Bobby. Some man threatened them with a stun gun. Wait,
what?
Yeah. You didn't know that, did you? So maybe your friends aren't worth protecting. So you think about it, but if you don't want to talk to me, you can just yell from here. And if you want us to reveal something, we'll take that in consideration. We don't want to hurt you, Glenn, but we will protect this town. And I think you were used.
I just kind of slump down in the chair, look at the floor.
Okay. All right. So she gets up and leaves. And you can give me a connect check to read her, obviously.
Connect. Success.
Okay.
3.
What do you want to know about her in terms of that? She's obviously putting on a very strong face. You can tell she has some experience interrogating people. This is not her first time doing it. But she is, at a glance, putting on a stronger face than she really is. She's obviously very unsettled by what you've done. So you don't know, they're projecting strength, but they're a little more fragile than that. Is there anything you want, or is there anything you want to figure out from her based on what she said to you?
Based on the way she's talked to me,
Mm-hmm.
I want to feel out at what points in her speech she was a little softer. Mm-hmm. Like, is there something there I could exploit to make her feel empathy for me that I could try to weasel my way out of this?
Okay, so you realize
they're not going to let me go, obviously, but if I could drag things out or even convince her, hey, let me go with you so I can confront these assholes face to face.
Okay, well, you didn't critically say so I won't give you a full plan, but you do know that she does believe that you're just a pawn, that the other two, she knows that those other two, which were spotted by multiple people, everything, are your co-conspirators, and that you were the fall guy for it. Literally. So if you play
you're
up,
way too incompetent to have planned this yourself.
well, that you're a drunk and you've fallen from grace, and she clearly knows about the occult. She knows about adepts and avatars and all that other. She's clued in, as they would say. So she knows what you did, and so if you reveal a little token, like, oh yeah, they're trying, it's something believable but occult, they would believe that, like maybe.
What was it called? The Alton Giant?
Yeah. Yeah, you could say
trying to find the Alton Giant.
We're trying to summon the Alton Giant.
Yeah, you could misdirect it, or try to find the Alton Giant's lost gold, or make up something about the Alton Giant that might be believable, and they thought that it had to do with stealing the milk. Maybe you were trying to steal it instead of contaminating it. And then, so that would be the thing. So give her a little something and play up the fact that you feel betrayed by her.
I didn't know the full extent of what was going on.
Yeah. So
cool.
So you can figure that out a little bit. You two, by this time, hours have passed. You've gotten your ankles taped up, and you're hopping around. You've gotten a new van. By the way, Cici, your business has taken a lot of hits lately because you've been buying a lot of clothes without focusing on selling them, and you just had to get a new car.
Yes.
Your wealth, so normal expenses will be fine, but any other big things will be harder to do or take longer to do. Or you'll have to just sell off stuff and just downgrade your wealth. So you don't have to worry about hotel rooms or food or anything like that, but any other big things are going to be
I'm not going to be able to buy the riverboat outright. I know.
So, all right. So what is your next move? You clearly realize that it's obviously the Friends of PSA. That's the secret society that's controlling the town and all that shit. So
okay, so we need to get a burner phone.
Okay.
We need to call Glenn's number. But it can't be from your phone or mine.
Okay. I mean, I follow that bit of logic, but to what end?
First, find out if he's okay, if he got away. Or failing that, whoever has him will probably answer the phone and we can find out what it's going to take for a hostage exchange.
I mean, if you want to still go the nice route, you could just go the, burp route.
Well, if we go that route, there is a chance he'll get caught in the crossfire. I don't want to hurt Glenn.
That's fair.
Can you work your mojo on it and communicate with him if he's near the phone, like a couple of rooms away?
it's not really a Phonomancer.
Yeah,
it's
that's
more
not. Yeah, that's not. Yeah,
it's
not about audio pickup usually so much.
Yeah.
That's more the taboo side. Can't manage that. I mean, can't really sort the signals out if you boost the gain that much. You just get a screechy garble.
Well, I was going to say shout to where he could hear you a couple of rooms away through the phone.
Unless that inclined them to, proceed to the beatings.
Well, let's try to call him anyway, see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, so you're calling him from a burner phone, not yours?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. It goes to voicemail.
Well, that's inconclusive.
Do you leave a message?
Yes, let's leave a message.
Okay. Who's saying what?
Glenn, it's me. Call me on this number if you're okay.
Okay.
If you don't call me, we will take steps.
Don't. Well, you said what you said.
Yeah. Call me if you're okay. Then what else?
If you don't, we'll take steps.
Okay. All right. So short time after that, she comes back in. The woman comes back in with a large man, and she has your phone, and she plays back your voicemail. Whose voice is that?
It's Cici.
Cici.
Yeah.
Okay. He's calling from a different number. So was he there today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who was he? Was he the one with the stun gun, or was he the other one?
Stun gun.
Okay. All right. So, what did Cici want?
Cici was looking into mythos in the area. We were at the library the other day and looking into mythological creatures. There was folklore about the Alton giant.
To be clear, the Alton giant was a real thing. It was the world's tallest man. It's actually kind of sad. He just had an extreme form of gigantism.
Okay. So
there were stories that there was more to him than met the eye, and that there was some kind of power to be gained, and he thought that you guys knew something. Like there was something in the milk that made people. You're drinking raw milk and not getting sick, so obviously there was something in it that just made people.
Give me a connect check.
Better, I guess. I don't know.
All right, at this point, you're sober, so you do without penalty, and you lose your charges.
Yep. You monsters. I can see clearly now.
How dare you remove a penalty?
That's a fail on lie.
Okay. No, connect.
Oh, connect.
This is to read her.
That's still a fail.
Okay. Well, you can't read her. But now give me a lie check.
Not even a lie.
Let's see how convincing you are.
$80. That's a fail.
You can't flip it?
No.
Okay.
I've flipped on everything except hydrophobia.
Okay. All right. You were convinced. Okay. Well, you're gonna call. What are we going to do with you, Glenn?
It wasn't supposed to go this way.
You could have just bought the milk. You didn't have to. You could have asked us. You didn't have to do this. But you. All right. You're. How did you find out about this one? How did you find out about the Alton Giant and the milk?
Cici had the leads. We just did some legwork.
All right.
Asked around, read some books.
So Cici knew. All right. Somebody talked, and that's how he knew to ask the questions. All right. So, all right. They leave the room. You get a call on your burner phone.
Hello?
Cici?
You're not Glenn.
Glenn is fine.
Prove it. Put him on.
All right.
If you don't put him on.
You hear the sounds of footsteps, a door opening, creaking door. It's like, she puts you on speakerphone. Glenn, say hi to your friend Cici.
Hey, Cici.
What do they know?
Sorry about everything.
All right, And she walks out. She walks back out of the room. All right, so you've heard him.
All right, that buys you time.
Buys me time?
If you do not release my friend, I swear that the wrath of God is going to descend upon you.
Oh, and you can inflict the wrath of God?
Yes, you can't.
I think you and your friend Nate need to come to the town hall. Surrender yourselves, and we'll put this in. We don't want to kill anyone. We just want to make sure you can't hurt the town.
You don't release my friend immediately, I'm gonna hurt the town. I'm going to do everything that you think is the worst possible outcome here. You let him go right now, and we leave.
If you don't, we'll find you first. She hangs up.
Oh, that went well. We know he's alive. We don't know what they know.
And you threatened her very directly relating to the PSA.
No? I
The
didn't.
Wrath
Didn't
of
say
God
PSA.
is...
That's what it's going to mean to them.
Yeah. They probably know it's an angel that they've captured, so they're probably... Yeah.
Let's go let the bird go now. Now is good?
I mean, it's less good. We've now hardened the target multiple times, but
Yeah. All right. So you two drive. One of you, whoever's driving, give me pursuit. You want to do some evasive driving or some like reckless driving on the highway?
actually, so how close or not close to the highway was the park?
It wasn't super close, but I assume you guys. I mean, you guys had to spend a couple hours to get a new car, and so I assume you went back to Cairo. Or
I don't know. It would have gone that far.
okay,
St. Louis, maybe.
okay,
Just cross the river.
okay. All right. So yeah, you went a couple hours away. So
Okay, yeah.
More like
Regardless,
30 minutes, but yeah, whatever.
yeah. So an hour. Okay, we'll say an hour. Yeah.
Regardless, yeah, I don't particularly want to do any fancy driving with it unless you particularly do. I was thinking more.
Yeah, you don't have to
just
roll.
approach more on foot.
I'm kind of leaning that way myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've got a lot of black clothes, right?
I do. I've got black clothes for you and me both.
Yay.
All right. So while you two are doing that, let's see here. Well, Glenn, the woman says, "Well, Glenn, your friends seem to be quite foolish. They think they can stop us, but we can show them that they're wrong. Glenn, if you can help us, we can make sure we can let you go and you can be fine. You just have to help us." Make sure that they don't do it. Your friends don't do anything foolish. Do you want to help us, Glenn?
I don't want to be here anymore. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah. Out of character, how long can you guys keep going, or do you want to stop here?
I can go a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm getting
Okay.
a little bit more.
Okay. So, she says, if you help us. All right, so we'll let you go, but first we're gonna have to find your friends, and we don't know where they are or how they're coming, and so. But you can help us by visualizing your friends in your mind, and that'll help us get a focus to figure out where they are.
You can do that?
Yes, we can do a lot of things, Glenn. We are blessed here. We have a source of great and holy power.
So it's true
What's true?
that the milk had power.
Yes, but it wasn't. Yeah, yes, it is from a great and holy power. From the Alton Giant, even. Yes.
That's the ticket.
Yeah. So we're. But if you do anything, we will. It won't be good for you, Glenn.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So we have to go and prepare. So we'll leave you here. But yeah, don't. Your friends abandoned you. We're the only ones who can help you now. So, anyways, they leave you in the room by yourself. And I forgot. Did you make that struggle check to get out of your bonds or loosen your bonds? No. Or
No, I failed it.
okay. So you did fail that, but
That was in the trunk of the car, though. I haven't tried to escape this place.
give it
but
another struggle check.
Yeah, why not? Struggle. That's a crit success.
All right. Wow. Oh shit. All right. So
Wait a minute. Now that I'm sober, I remember how to untie the knot. It goes around the buttonhole.
Apparently. So yeah, you undo the knots in almost almost the minute she leaves, like just a minute after she leaves. So you're untied, but there's a closed door. You also look around. You realize you're in an old farmhouse or like an old barn or some sort of large stone structure, but with like a thatched roof almost. It's very primitive. You realize this must be something that they just only keep to use for, cult purposes, essentially.
Sure.
So,
Clearly, I am getting into the unknown army spirit of things. When Ross paused to say it's very, my brain immediately went flammable.
that's true.
It is very flammable.
It is very flammable.
You weren't the only one?
You don't have anything to make a flame yet. Well, you are an outdoorsman, so you could use literally 2 rocks. But
then I'd be inside a burning building.
You would be inside a burning building, which would put a crimp on their plans, but also your plan to not die. So
you're all locked in here with me.
All right.
Wait, I'm locked in here with me too.
So you can try the door, or you could climb up and try and push through the thatched roof.
I'm going to do the latter because going through the door just seems stupid.
All right, give me fetch fitness.
Success?
Yeah, 1. Is that a 1?
That's a 10.
Okay, all right. So, 10 still succeeds. As you realize, I'm more...
Body work better when not...
I have hand-eye coordination now. Holy crap.
It's weird.
Unnatural.
It is
Glenn is going to be dangerously sober right about now. He's going to need a drink in the worst way.
So you get out, you push through the thatched roof. You see it's like this sort of primitive structure, but you do see on the there's a pickup truck parked on the side, sort of diagonal to the building, and you're sort of in a wooded area. You don't know exactly where you are.
Okay.
You realize you must be actually you turn around, you can hear a highway not too far away, or a road. You can hear traffic, so you're not too far. Also, she could still get cell phone reception here, so. But it is sort of, you're in a copse of, trees. There's sort of kind of a hidden grove that they would use to conceal things from, even though they're near the town. Weird.
Secret garden.
Yeah, secret garden. So you can just make a beeline for it. You do see a pickup truck nearby. You do see, like, a crate with some things on it, including some sort of glass bottle. Perhaps a bottle of Jack Daniels.
Maybe.
Perhaps a bottle of milk.
Well, it's glass, and it's not white, so you can rule that out. It's some sort of clear or amber liquid. You're not really sure from this distance. It is almost sunset. It is like 9 o'clock or 8 or 9. You can see the sun is very basically dipping below the horizon as you're out there. So what do you want to do?
Do I know how long it's going to take them to prep whatever ritual they're...
You have no idea.
No idea, okay.
You're guessing it's not a new school of magic, it's the old school style of occult ritualism, which is basically like the Horn Book of Honor is like the thing you're going to do, which involves drawing circles and invocation and grimoires. So
creating the ritual space.
Yeah, so it will probably take them a while, but they might check on you anytime.
I will escape.
All right.
I will leave. I will stop by the crates. How many people are outside?
You don't see any right there, but you can hear voices. But you don't know if they're outside or if there's just...
I can't peek through the thatching in the roof and kind of look out.
Well, where you are, all you can peek through is into your room. The room you're held up in. You can't. You have to make another fitness check to climb along the thatched roof.
Don't make more fitness checks.
Yeah. So if you want to scout, that's what you have to do. But you can't peek through the roof and see other.
I'm just going to try to get out.
Okay, so you jump down. You don't have it's dirt floor, so it's fine.
Okay.
You just head in the woods. So give me an outdoorsman check.
Yes.
Because you're orienteering in the wild without a map or compass.
The wild.
But he's still got moss.
Crit fail. All right. You just walk into a guy. He's just... He looks at you, and he has a shotgun slung around his back.
Do I recognize him from any of the incidents earlier?
Give me a knowledge check.
Crit success.
Yeah. He's the doorman.
God damn it.
Jimmy. But you instantly react. With a critical success, I'll say you instantly recognize that. You have initiative, you can take the first action.
I'm going to take his gun.
All right, struggle.
Okay. And I have nothing. I can't justify that with outdoorsman, so yeah, he's just going to fail.
All right. You can try and grab it, and he doesn't. So he tries.
Boot crotch.
He rolls. He pulls out the shotgun and rolls a 17. He's threatening you with the shotgun. So you're in hand-to-hand range, so you can push it away. But give me an opposed. You can either. Let's see. First, you're being threatened. How many hardened violence do you have?
2.
2.
I'm being threatened with a shotgun at point blank.
Yep, that is definitely a violence check.
Defend with fitness. I succeed.
All right, gain a violence hardened notch.
Oh, violence.
Do you have 3 notches now?
3. Yep.
Yep. Now it's no longer give a shit about being threatened by weapons.
That's okay, right?
Yeah, you're fine.
Sure. Yeah. This.
That's normal.
I got this.
reaction.
All right, so he made his check to threaten you, and you succeed. So you get one more chance to try and disarm him. This will be an opposed check. So
I'll do
unless you want to do
it.
something. All right.
I got nothing left. That's a fail.
Okay. He fails as well. So the shotgun goes off. It doesn't hit either of you. Makes a lot of noise though.
Yeah.
So and also he will have to pump it again in order to do it. I'll say it's a pump shotgun. So
I want to reach down, grab a fistful of dirt, and throw it in his face.
all right.
Pocket sand.
Pocket sand. Yeah.
What roll's that?
Struggle.
Struggle.
It's all going to be struggle.
Fail.
All right. How much did you fail by?
I rolled a 53. My base is 30.
Okay. That fails. So he is going to try and hit you with the butt of his weapon. So he rolls a 6. Do you try and dodge out of the way?
Is that also struggle? It's dodge. Dodge. 35. That still fails. No.
Okay. You were hit. So you can either try and run away because you have to pump, so you have some time and there's a lot of tree cover, or you can try and keep fighting them. But you are not, your head is not throbbing because you've been hit in the head.
If I see a moment of space, I'm going to run for the bushes.
Yeah. Give me pursuit.
Because I can use outdoorsman to hide in the woods. 41. My pursuit is 40.
Okay. I'll actually give it to you because it's dark and there's a lot of cover. So, but he will get a chance to. It's a tie.
Okay.
I will. Ties go to the defender. You're the defender, so you've got a lead on you, so you're being chased. Is what's happening on. Give me outdoorsman. If you fail the outdoorsman check, you're going to get cornered. You're going to get caught again. So. And then you're going to get tortured. Probably.
For giggles, I'm going to call blue as the 10th this time.
Okay. Oh, you know what? And that worked?
It worked. If I had let it be, it would have been a 1, but it's still a 10, so it succeeds.
All right. So you manage. You're being chased in the woods. He calls out. You've your head. You can feel some wetness on there. He definitely
don't care.
Yep. Well, not dying is good. Yeah, they don't believe you anymore. They're just gonna torture and kill you probably. So anyway, you two, you park because you scouted that area so well. You know where to park and where to go on foot.
Yes.
But now they have there's just deputies. There's 3 deputies wandering around, clearly looking for intruders. So if you want to get to the transformer, you're going to have to get past one of them at least. Either sneak by him or disable him somehow. Just quietly, because if you disable them loudly, they'll
make a noise from the non-functioning payphone.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right.
Make it ring.
Yeah.
Okay.
That won't freak him out at all, will it?
Okay, that's a 10. Yeah.
All
But
right.
still, it happened.
With a 10, well, you can flip it to a 1. That's a critical success.
You're right, I can.
Yeah.
Why would I not?
Yeah, exactly. So he just gets on and spend the minor charge on me. So,
Yeah, I do.
He's just going to have a conversation with someone that it's like, why did you leave me? He's having some kind of crisis. But
not nearly as much as he's gonna.
Yeah, so...
Right. Okay, I'm going to disable the thing.
Well, there was one barrier that you know how to turn it off, but there was the padlock on the chain link fence.
Which is why I've got this bolt cutter.
All right, give me a fitness check to power through it quickly.
How's your fitness?
Pretty good. 45.
I mean, mine's 50.
Yeah, but you've also got bad legs.
That's fair. Oh, yeah, I still
Which
do.
is why you need to be over at the spot as fast as possible, because we're going to have a very limited window of time. I didn't get it at first.
All right, so you're struggling with it. Yeah, it's a industrial grade padlock, and there's another deputy wandering over towards your area. So because he sees the other deputy is talking on the phone with, he's like, "Hey Phil, that thing's disabled. What are you doing?" You're crouched down, so he doesn't see you yet, but he's about to.
Bobby pin.
Okay, yeah.
Let's try secrecy instead.
Sure. Secrecy would work.
That's a success.
Okay.
That's a critical success.
All right. Wow. We're just, it's like using the key. So you get in there.
I don't know how a bobby pin worked on a combination lock, but we're accepting it.
Yeah. I didn't say what kind of padlock it was. It could have had a key. But yeah, either way, there actually is ways to do padlocks. Like if you listen, but those take time. So you flip you can flip the switch. You're hidden in the transformer. So are you going to wait until a signal, or are you just going to flip the switch now?
I'm going to wait till the signal.
All right. So it's on you, Nate.
Word.
Yeah. Do I need to do anything?
Well, the thing is, the cliff is in the park section, which is there's no underbrush conveniently letting you stealth up there for free.
Mm-hmm.
There is an armed deputy that has a line of sight to the cliff side, so you're going to have to figure out either way to sneak by him with a secrecy check, or disable him somehow. He does have a walkie-talkie. You could use.
Yeah, Yeah.
All right. Spend those charges.
I will.
All right. How many are you spending?
Gosh, this has been such a cluster.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna look at the roll first because it doesn't really matter. But an ought 4 definitely makes.
Yeah.
So I'll dump 3. I want 1 without charge.
All right, so you dump it in there, you get it. So he just it's like he's
and the loud blast of static and feedback is the signal.
Mm-hmm. All right, you hit that. David silently counted down.
Okay. Run out to the middle. Do you have it? Or do you need this copy back?
I do need that copy back.
Alpha and Omega, O Almighty God, beginning of all things, without a beginning, ending without an end, hear today my prayer. O Most Holy One, neither repay me according my iniquity nor my sins, O Lord, my God, but according to your mercy, which is greater than all things, visible and invisible. Amen.
All right. The air pressure just drops. It is the darkness is absolute. You just feel air flow over you, but it's like you're falling. And that's when the screaming starts. And both of you give me a natural checks because you hear the screaming. You brought people.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got 5.
It's a very high unnatural check. You know what you did.
Defend with knowledge, right?
Yep.
32 under 40.
Yep.
We knew what.
We knew.
Unknown armies. We did it.
Have you heard about the bird?
I did, and I was tied up in a friggin' barn.
Yeah. You can just as you're running in the woods, you can see the light of the town.
So that's another hardened unnatural notch for each of us.
Oh yeah. You're not close enough, so you're fine. But you do see the lights in the town go out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So at this point, there is a voice, or it's like a voice that wants to know what you want for this boon. But it's just like the murmur of a whale or the sound of a planet churning. But it asks you what you want in exchange for this.
I've got this divining rod that needs its battery charged.
All right. So a volcano. You can hear the sound of a volcano exploding, and it's, yes, very well. The accord is struck as the hurricane blows past you.
You learned to speak literal Vulcan.
Yeah. So, that was also part of the whole natural check. So, because it speaks through celestial and weather phenomenon, not through, language like a mortal.
It lavas us.
Yeah. The radio signals of Alpha Centauri say, "Good day. I have business to attend to." You just get the sense that you're not being chased anymore. There is a rush of wind, and then you stop and you hear nothing. There's no yelling. There's no running after you.
What did you do?
No, it's just climate change.
I try to hoof it towards them. I try to get my bearings and figure out where the hell they
Where's
are.
that them?
You can figure out where the park is.
Okay.
So you walk over there.
It's where there's the sudden vast nothingness.
Actually, you come upon the van, a new van that somehow is the van, or whatever the vehicle is.
Yeah, Cici would buy that.
Yeah, and the three of you meet up.
Let's just say that the situation has definitely escalated.
So the three of you have the divining rod.
I don't think it escalated. I think the elevator crashed through the ceiling.
No. Escalade. Ed.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's an escalade.
Okay. I got it.
Glenn, we had to change the plan, but I guess we got you out, buddy.
I got me out. What did you do?
Nothing.
Make sure you got.
Glenn is surprisingly
completely
coherent
out.
at the moment.
Yeah.
Glenn,
Drink,
you seem
buddy.
dangerously sober. Would you like a drink?
No, you don't understand. I untied those bonds like it was nothing. I did the reverse bunny rabbit loop.
He is
literally blindfolded. I took a blow to the back of the head, but
Speaking of that, I mean, I would love to talk about like how you're on the wagon, but can we deal with the head wound?
First things first, I need to change out of Ninja Cici and into Dr. Cici.
I have medical.
You do?
Yeah.
Why have I been playing doctor all this time?
Because I've been the one that's
because you
hurt.
look so good in it.
Okay, both valid points. All right. You look to that head, and I will drive us out of here.
Okay.
All right.
Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not a critically failed.
No.
Yeah. All right.
Just normal.
You don't get any. Yeah. You're.
You didn't start trepanning me.
Right.
The next morning, you wake up in Cairo, and the news in the region is that a massive fire has struck, and wiping Port Piasa off the map, essentially. There was a series of gas line explosions. And,
How tragic for them.
The town hall collapsed. Dozens missing. Very tragic. And
If only they would have shared their milk.
yes.
Only they wouldn't have fucked with my friend.
Yeah, well, you have this town parasitizing a spirit, magical being, and then it gets angry at them for doing that. So, weird how that worked out.
Amazing.
Damnedest thing.
So, next you
It's
can...
crazy.
So your next lead, though, leads you to a bar, Fat Moe's, which is actually, you find out, in Indiana. There is...
Muncie, I think.
Yeah. Well, there is this new place called New Harmony that is opened up, and they're looking for... As you head there, you find out looking for extras for a motion picture being shot in New Harmony.
Well,
Yep.
sounds like a Ross thing.
Yeah, a little bit. So we'll deal with that next time as you go to New Harmony. So question comes suggestion.
After how well the last one went, I was sort of glad that yeah.
It went south, but in a very fun way.
Yeah.
Well, I figured that the deeper we got in and the more it went pear-shaped, and then more pear-shaped, and then more pear-shaped.
Push the button, Cici.
Yeah, it finally hit the point of you know what? Nate's right. Fuck these people. Nuke the small town.
Sunlight Burb.
Yep.
If your ancestors just hadn't imprisoned Native American spirits to begin with, you wouldn't have had this problem.
Yeah.
But the big problem is not just them, it's also you guys were jackasses to my friends. So
The son inherits the sins of the father.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I mean, you did.
You, the third generation.
Yep. All
normally
right.
that would be third, but this is 10, 15 generations down.
Well, they kept doubling down on it.
They accrued interest.
Yeah, there's a lot of unpaid interest being paid back. There's a lot of interest being paid.
Yeah, the bird used to say or,
Yeah.
and now it says and.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. The only way I could have seen this going differently, it was really hard doing the raw milk, contaminating the milk at the ritual. You figure out where the raw milk was before the ritual and spiked it then. That would
have been ideal.
But you would have had to find out where it was, which would involve getting intel from people without arising their suspicion. So that would have been also as risky,
They
just
were
in different
pretty
ways.
naturally suspicious. I think it mostly had to do with the run of crit fails. This was
On the other hand,
tonight was crit fail night.
The other hand, the Dipso dive drop shots was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I felt like Caleb playtesting red markets.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you on the movie set. Talk to you guys next time. Bye.